everybody, and welcome to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. I am your host, Smooth Operative, and you are watching Time Capsule. It is the show where we travel back in time to your favorite years in gaming and showcase awesome speedruns of games released in the same year. This is our final show before SGDQ, and so tonight we are going full Y2K with speedruns of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion, Deus Ex, and later, the Operative No One Lives Forever. But of course, before we get into all of the games, let's cover some announcements, shall we? First of all, as I said, SGDQ is right around the corner. It is coming up this weekend from June 30th to July 7th. For more information, you can check out our website at gamesdonequick.com, and of course, safe travels to everyone attending the event. After that, GDQ will be heading for PAX West, and the game schedule drops on July 14th, so you can use the command !PAX right here in our Twitch chat for more information on that. But that's all I have for you right now, so let's whip ourselves back to the year 2000 with our very first run. Here to speedrun The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, please welcome the Sausage. Hello.
Hello.
How are you doing, the Sausage?
Yeah,
feel free to introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm the Sausage. I run Majora's Mask. This category is 80% no major glitches. Yeah, we'll have plenty of time to explain during the intro cutscenes, so we'll just go ahead and introduce
Hey, Kuroshi.
my commentator, Kuroshi.
I also run this game, yes.
Really good time for having a life also, which I do not have. But yeah, I guess we can go ahead and get started. Like I said, the cutscenes will be pretty long.
Alright, yeah, let's get it done.
Okay, so starting in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Woo! Chill.
Woo, let's go.
Yeah, I was just telling Kuroshi a minute ago, I'm kind of paranoid about naming my file anything other than A, because that's what I always name it, and like, I don't know, what if it like affects the RNG, and then like, maybe if I name it something other than A, I'll like get good goat RNG for once in my life, and I won't even know what to do.
Today is not that day.
Yeah, tested sometime. Today is not the day. But yeah, I guess first of all, I'll explain what this category is. So a lot of people, when they see this category, their reaction is like, what? This is no major glitches? You're like hovering, you're like flying out of bounds, you're like... There's a lot of stuff that looks incredibly broken in this game, but the thing is, there are exactly 2 glitches in this game that are so unbelievably powerful that you can basically do anything with them. You basically don't even need any of the other glitches in the game. You can just beat the game within like 20 minutes. So the way we define no major glitches for this game is just banning those 2 glitches, and everything else is on the table. So yeah, if you know about SRM, which is also an Ocarina of Time, it's basically just a glitch that lets you get any item from any chest, do arbitrary code execution with crazy setups, like, yeah, Meiju is a relative, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the way that the rest of the glitches in this game work, you do have to go to all 4 dungeons. You have to beat the dungeons more or less normally. I mean, you have to beat the boss and get the boss remains normally. And then you have to go to the moon at the end, watch the Giants cutscene, and go to the moon and beat Majora. So that is the basic outline of the run. But first we have First Cycle, which this game is kind of notorious. This game is kind of notorious for having a really long, kind of slow intro. So apologies in advance for that, but there are definitely some things that we're going to point out that are like relatively new optimizations for First Cycle in the intro, or the intro like gameplay, that I will be going for. So yeah, get excited for that. And we'll also probably use a lot of this time to, like this cutscene time, to explain some stuff in advance, because
Yeah,
this
it all
game,
happens kind
like,
of fast.
Yeah, so it's gonna be about 22 minutes of like pretty chill, like not really a lot of major tricks, not, you know, decent number of cutscenes, but then after that 22-minute mark, this run kind of just takes off, and we would not be able to keep up with the explanations if we didn't do some of them in advance. So
Yeah. Yeah, one of the first things you might notice if you watch a lot of speedruns, or at least Zelda, or even just other categories of this game, is that we play on the English version, which a lot of the times in games like Japanese or something that's not English will be the fastest, just because of the text. But there's actually some English exclusive tricks and glitches that we exploit in this run. Which this category used to actually be on Japanese, and it wasn't until maybe 2018 or so that we switched to English, and we'll be talking about some of the differences as they come up in the run.
yeah, Japanese. I think Japanese in this category, if you were to run on Japanese, you would save something like 22 seconds. It hasn't been exactly timed for this category, or for this like route specifically, but it's somewhere around 22 seconds saved to text. But it's just outweighed by the fact that this is like really a completely different version of the game. Like they tried to fix a lot of things that were broken about the game when they released the English version, and mixed results, I guess, is what we can say about that. Some of the changes that they made just made it easier to do certain important things for this run.
Yeah. So yeah, a lot of the basic movement that we'll be doing in the beginning of the game, you know, we try to get bombs as fast as possible because bombs are kind of broken. They kind of enable like every big glitch, but a lot of the basic movement is going to be like backwalking, because backwalking is like the fastest form of movement you can do if you're going in a straight line. Well, theoretically, side hopping could be faster if you did it framed perfectly. Like Tasses will side hop, but you're going to be seeing a lot of links back, especially for the first 22 minutes.
Yeah, you mentioned. Yeah, I should go ahead and talk about like bomb routing or like explosive routing. So this category is very much not like certain OOT categories, for example, where like you can just do reverse bottle adventure or whatever and like get like 30 chews by doing like a super quick setup that like fits into the route easily, and then you just have so many explosives to work with. But yeah, like in OOT, explosives are basically ammo for tricks. Like anything that does damage to you in this game gives you a little pushback, and a lot of the tricks in this game involve like taking advantage of that little pushback and like somehow finding a way to keep that pushback going, like keep all of the speed from that short little pushback when you take damage, or when you iframe avoid damage. But yeah, it's not like OT where you can just get that ammunition to do tricks really easily. It is well, there are bomb drops that we'll get throughout the run at like guaranteed spots, but we also really need bomb chews for this route, and bomb chews are very powerful in this game because they let you hover like immediately, and they also let you stop a mega flip in midair, which you'll see all of that stuff later. But one crazy thing about this route is that we do the entire run with only 10 bomb chews, which like a few years ago would have like everyone would have thought that would be completely insane.
Yep.
But we have found a lot of really cool setups. We call them staircase hovers, when you do basically two consecutive hovers off of bombs. So like instead of just pulling a bomb and doing a hover off of just that bomb, and then pulling another bomb and waiting for that timer to go down separately. Okay, so by the way, there's a little optimization that we added to this one recently. A few of us have been going for that. Just jumping that gap with a frame-perfect Deku spin. It's quite a bit harder than what we used to do, but it saves 2 seconds if you get it the fast way like I just did.
Yeah, it's crazy. That's been something that's technically doable forever, and we've just now gotten to the point where we feel it's worth trying in runs. But yeah, so here we have the first, like, I guess, glitch of the run, called HMS. Pretty notorious for being the first trick and very reset heavy, but basically what's happening here is normally right here on these stairs there's a cutscene that triggers when you come near these stairs with the HMS, the Happy Mask Salesman talking to you and everything.
Reach to split. Okay.
Nice. But cutscenes in this game, most cutscenes need 2 consecutive frames to pass to actually start. And by pause buffering the game, you can move frame by frame and never actually give the cutscene time to start. And you can do that all the way into the loading zone. Optimally, you can do that with just 10 pauses. And it just skips the cutscene entirely, saving like 40 or 50 seconds or something. It's pretty huge.
Yeah, I felt like I had to play the buffers super safe there. Like if you just fail one of those buffers, you know, if you're a tiny bit late on one of them, you're like instantly losing a minute. So
Yep.
I tried to play it super safe.
And then you'll notice Sausage reset his console right there immediately after the game saved. So when that text came up on the screen after he went through the loading zone, the game saved, and normally you can just play that part out and you'll talk to Tattle and there's just this long text sequence before you gain control. But that text is so long in the English version that it's faster to just reset your console since it's saved and you spawn right there. We save a couple seconds just resetting the console there.
I feel like I need to... Well, I guess I'll explain the first cycle route, and then I'll try to get back to what I was saying about explosive count and stuff. But yeah, the first cycle route, we don't really need all this time that the game gives us to do all the stuff that you're supposed to do as when you're like stuck in Deku form at the beginning of this game. So we just make it... We're trying to just make it night 3, the final night, as soon as possible, and the best way to do that is to read 2 stories from Grandma over here, and then go over to... There's a little optimization. Go over to West Clock Town and dance with the Scarecrow tonight. And then from that point, we still have to wait until midnight for the clock tower to open. And the only thing that we really need to do during that time is get magic. So that we can shoot the Skull Kid. We get magic in North Clock Town. But we have just a ton of extra time. And so what we do with that in-game time is there's a spot where you can backwalk past the guard and escape Clocktown. And we're going to do that and go out to Termina Field and just farm rupees. And that way, if I get lucky enough, which usually you do, we'll have 90 rupees at the beginning of Cycle 2. So like as soon as I become human, which is basically when the run really starts, I'll just have 90 rupees and I won't have to worry about rupees at all. I can just go to the bomb shop, get my explosives, and immediately start doing all the crazy stuff that's about to happen at that point. But yeah, what I was starting to say earlier about the explosive use in this run, we have routed it so that it's very tight, and I'm not doing like an easier route for this showcase because I want to try to show that off. So yeah, I only have 10 bomb shoes for the whole run, and a lot of those are just hard required, and the rest of them are very hard to figure out how to fix it if you accidentally waste one. But I think I've got all the backups worked out and everything. But yeah, the like advancement of this category over the last several years has been all about figuring out ways to use explosives creatively, and like not just creatively, but like I said, there's going to be a lot of staircase hovers, which is just using 2 bombs at the same time, like letting both of the bomb timers tick down at once. Which basically makes it so that you can replace a chew. Instead of doing a slow bomb hover and then using a chew to do your second hover in a sequence of hovers, you can just pull 2 bombs at once, and those timers will go off back to back, and so it's basically the same speed as if you had used a bomb and a chew. So there's going to be a ton of that stuff in the run, but the setups for it are super complicated. We'll explain like what makes them... Try to explain what makes them like hard to figure out the setup and hard to execute as we get to them. But yeah, it's I don't know I don't know if I should explain the details of how hovering works. I feel like you can just watch in awe and and wonder. But
nice,
yeah,
we got 90.
we got 90 rupees, which is great. We got it pretty quickly. Should be able to easily make it to the clock tower before it opens.
Yeah, so the route actually slightly changes in the very beginning if you, depending on whether or not you get 90. So if you don't get 90, then you just skip going to the banker in first cycle, and then you have to get a rupee chest immediately in second cycle, which overall can lose up to like maybe 10 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. It's actually good that I don't have to get the East Clocktown chest, because if certain things go wrong in a way that I really hope they don't, but it's nice to have that chest there as a backup if I need to come back and just buy more bomb shoes.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I will get rupees for that. Yeah.
Yeah, so now that we've safely got 90, we're kind of back into the auto scrolling part of first cycle. It's really just about making it to the clock tower on time at this point, getting everything we can, fitting everything we can in before that.
Yeah, what else should we try to explain before it happens? I guess index warp is the big thing that we can pretty easily explain. So I'll just show it right now. This owl statue right here, you see this owl statue right here. I had a little bit of extra time. Okay, so the owl statues in this game, that's like the form of fast travel, or like they're related to the form of fast travel. You get the Song of Soaring at a certain point in the run, and then you can fast travel to any owl statue that you've activated. You activate it by hitting it with your sword. We're not going to hit any of the normal owl statues in this run. Instead, we're right at the beginning of the run, or like the beginning of when you turn human, the beginning of the real part of the run. Let's get this frame perfect trick.
Here's a glitch called a gainer that just skips the entire like Moon's Tier, Bomber's Hideout, everything sequence in like
that trick is the reason we're able to do this like fast first cycle route. Well, relatively fast. but yeah, so index warp. It's a trick that takes advantage of the fact that there's actually this extra owl statue in the game. We call it the hidden owl statue. And what it is it's like a dummy owl statue that doesn't have a warp point corresponding to it. The developers placed it there in the West Clocktown map, out of bounds. So when you go between the different parts of Clocktown, they're completely different, separate, unrelated maps as far as like the game code, the game is concerned. But if you're standing in West Clocktown and you're looking through the loading zone that would take you to South Clocktown, there should be an owl statue there, right? Because that South Clocktown owl statue that I just showed, that's where it's supposed to be. But because it's a different map, the developers felt like, or the developers noticed, oh, that owl statue's not going to be there because, well, this is a different map. We'd have to put a different owl statue there. And so what they actually did is they just put a dummy owl statue there so that if you're looking from West Clocktown through that loading zone, you will see an owl statue there. But it turns out that has some consequences if you're a powerful glitch nerd like us. So yeah, if you hit that owl statue, and then you learn Song of Soaring and you haven't hit any other owl statues, basically what it allows you to do is use your pause menu map, which is a completely different map from the normal Song of Soaring map. It lets you select or like put the cursor on a certain spot on the pause menu map and then play Song of Soaring, and then the game will say, we'll think, okay, well, you have hit an owl statue, so I should let you open the soaring menu. But there's no points on the soaring menu, and it just has a default location that corresponds to what you cursored over on the pause menu map. So basically, totally like we're gonna cursor over Goron Village on the pause menu map, and that's gonna let us soar to Stone Tower and skip like the insanely long Stone Tower climbing sequence that used to be part of this run before index warp. So that's like a crucial. That's the first thing we're gonna do like once we get explosives. We exit the bomb shop and we're immediately gonna go hit the hidden owl statue, and then we're gonna like beeline to where you can learn Song of Soaring, so that then we will have like no issue traveling throughout the overworld for the entire rest of the run. Everything else is going to be about, traveling small distances on the overworld sometimes, but mostly like dungeons and, can I explain that again? Let me just shameless plug, if you want even more detailed explanations than what I'm giving here, I have a full run explained video where I go through my record run in this category, and, it's like 3.5 hours long. I'm like pausing it and showing frames and stuff. Like, I mean, it still doesn't cover like everything, because this game's crazy complicated, but it should give you a really good intuition for what we're doing here. It's just not possible to fit fit all the explanation into like an hour and a half. Okay, so again, I have reset the console immediately after the game saved, just to skip a bunch of cutscenes. So the game saves immediately when you press yes on the Song of Time text. So we can just reset and skip all the cutscenes that were about to happen.
Yeah, so in order to hit that hidden owl that Sausage was talking about from West Clocktown, we got to get out of bounds, and you're going to see us do some very creative magic to do that in as few explosives as possible to even make the route possible.
Yeah, we used to, so this is going to be a big part of like what makes this route better than routes from several years ago. What was in like the world record several years ago. It was like a completely different strat to get to the hidden owl. It's like you hover 10 times up into the air and then you mega flip over like the top of the map, basically. You basically hover to the top of the map, like where the walls end, and then you mega flip over that. So instead of that, we're going to do a very precise clip that involves several frame perfect inputs, and then a also very difficult hover. But it's going to be like 5 explosives in total, I think, instead of like 11, and only 1 bomb shoe, which is the most important part. Only 1 bomb shoe instead of like 9 or something, I guess is what we used. Well, I guess we used all 10 of the bomb shoes back in the day and then refilled to 20 immediately before we left Clocktown. Yeah, we're not doing any refills this run, hopefully.
Now we're human, and human can use bombs. And as we mentioned, we like bombs. So we're kind of coming to the end of this this first cycle section of the game.
It's the last chunk of cutscenes right now.
A couple more cutscenes, and then the run kind of takes off in a very exponential fashion.
This is where I would ask for donations to be read or whatever.
No, I have to apologize because I was having some problems with my own OBS during the beginning of that run. But since we are here, I'm kind of curious, do any of you have a favorite mask in Majora's Mask, and why? So I'm asking that to you both now.
You go first, Kurosh.
I think I love the Goron mask.
That's what I was going to say. Wait, I should have gone first.
I love moving fast and punching things, pounding things. There's nothing like just spike rolling at the speed of sound, like whenever you want. Like, it's awesome. Goron mask is great.
Yeah.
You even like a lot of the knockback from the enemies, like you don't get with Goron and stuff. Like Goron's great.
Yeah, I was gonna say Goron Mask, like mostly just because, I mean, it is great, but like mostly just because I don't see it in this category and I haven't played other categories yet because I'm obsessed with this one. So I just haven't experienced the glory of rolling as Goron enough yet. But it is cool that, like, that's one of the things that makes this category cool, actually. Like, in 100%, you get Goron Mask really early, and then like most of the run, you don't have to do a lot of bomb tricks just to like get around. Whereas in this run, the whole time you're using bombs to get anywhere. Like, if you want to move fast in this run, you have to use bombs, or like a crazy setup involving like using enemies to do tricks out of and stuff.
Yep. So here we're making an absolute beeline to get money and get bombs and get that hidden owl. So there's going to be a lot of tricks happening really fast coming up. The first of which is going to be ISG. So it's what enables us to hover in the first place. So you'll see Sausage get into this corner by the bomb, or by the bank, after getting out of here, and crouch stab the bomb. And then if you interrupt a crouch stab on the first possible frame with like picking up a bomb, for instance, or sometimes text, then Link's sword will be infinitely swinging, and that has like damage associated with it and a bunch of properties. But one thing about that is that when you're swinging your sword at all, you can't like fall off of ledges. And that interacts really weirdly with being in the air in general. So there was ISG. And now we're gonna do a trick. Nice one pause right there. Called a.
What is this lag? Hello?
I think this is a low height ground clip, and we clip into the bank right there. Wow, very nicely executed.
I feel like I've never seen that bad lag there. What in the world is that?
Nice.
All sorts of issues
so
today.
we had an ISG, we had a ground clip, and we had a hover, and then after that we did a couple of mega flips, basically just rolling into the bomb. There are a couple of frames where you have invincibility towards the end of Link's roll, and you get pushed back. If you take damage in those frames, you get pushed back really, really fast. So Sausage rolled, and he backflipped on one of those frames, got a huge backflip. Here he's doing what's called a Hess. Same kind of mechanic. You roll, you get the huge backward speed from the bomb. And then you hold a precise position on the control stick called ESS to maintain the speed.
That's not gonna work. I have to... I think I should go ahead and try for a bomb drop for safety.
Yeah.
If I don't get
there's a ton of hovers.
For it, but...
So here Sausage is attempting what's called an alternate exit. I think we'll explain it more after it's done, but it's a lot of hovering out of bounds. And he's going to end up in a very different spot from where we came. These are all very precise hovers to clip out of bounds on this tree branch right here. Nice. Okay, that's one of the tougher tricks, and here's another one. Oh yeah, we're in Deku Palace now, by the way. Nice.
Let's go.
Okay, very, very hard sequence of tricks. Pretty well executed, but so what happened there was we went into that grotto, and the grottos are a type of map where every grotto in the game is like you can actually the loading zones for the grottos are all on the same map, even if you can't see the collision. So there's another grotto in the Deku Palace that we hovered out of bounds to from the Swamp Gossip's grotto, and then he was able to exit from that grotto and end up in Deku Palace. And then you saw some more staircase hovering there in the Deku Palace. It was we just used 3 bombs, 0 chews to get up on that, clip up on that platform, and end up in here. So
I don't think you explained this while I was locked in. If you did, I apologize. But what makes the staircase hovers so hard to do properly, and also just to make this a strat that's workable at all, is that bombs actually blow each other up in this game. So if you pull 3 bombs and you're trying to consecutively hover off of all of them, like, they can't be close enough to each other that when one blows up, it blows up the other ones. So when you do the hovers, when you do those 3 hovers in a row, you have to be in range of all 3 of the bomb explosions, but the bombs can't be in range of each other at all. So you saw me like throw 1 bomb way to the right, and then another one down forward on the ground, and then the third one up on the moving platform. Like, that is all very awkward, and it's because we need to save those bomb shoes, man.
yeah.
So it's a little bit tricky to kind of like get all the bombs where you want them to be.
Yeah, like just the
And then you have
movement
to
for
time
that
your
strat,
hovers.
like, and just throwing the bombs is really, really hard. And then you have to time the hovers properly based on like when you pull those bombs.
Not easy. So yeah, here we're just getting Song of Soaring, and you'll see the first instance of us using that index switch. So we hit the hidden owl. We do not have any owls hit, yet we're going to be able to soar based on where the cursor is. So you'll see Sausage after this is going to put his cursor on Deku Palace, and then he's just going to play Song of Soaring, and his cursor, if you'll catch a glimpse, is going to be on Mountain Village. And then he can just soar to Mountain Village. And the entire reason we even go to Mountain Village, really, in the first place, is to get to Goron Village, because there's a map point for Goron Village, which corresponds to Stone Tower, which we need to get into the temple later in the run.
Yeah, at some point in the run, we need to go to Goron Village just for the map point, and it just turns out to be best to do it right now because, well, I have 0 bombs, and we really need to refill on bombs. and there happens to be 2 convenient bomb drops on the way here. So.
Yep. There you saw his cursor was on Deku Palace, played the song, and then it's on Owl Village. And that's because we hit the hidden owl. It's worth noting that if you were to hit an owl now after activating the glitch, then then it deactivates it. And so we don't hit any owls, but yeah, it deactivates it. You kind of just go back to normal Song of Soaring.
You're soaring backwards.
So there you saw Sasha just get ISG and then do a Hess.
Is this gonna work?
Like I said, you can't fall off of ledges when you have ISG, so getting ISG here makes this Hess a lot easier, because if you hit like the bridge or something like that, you won't just fall off, and you can keep Hessing. You'll also notice Sasha's pausing during his Hesses. That's because the very precise position that you have to hold on your control stick, it's really hard to change between left and right, and whether you're holding slightly left or slightly right is going to change the direction that Link turns when you untarget during that Hess. So what we do is we pause, like so you could be holding ESS to the right, pause the game, and then switch to left and unpause the game, because if you go over neutral for like a frame, you'll drop the Hess entirely. So we just use pausing to be able to change ESS. And this right here is called a super swim. You just enter the water with a bunch of speed and spam target, and you can maintain that speed for a while. Mikau right here is on like a bobbing cycle. He's on like a bobbing cycle, so as soon as you push him to the shore, depending on where he's at in his cycle, he'll start walking up the beach, and it's a really long cutscene. Nice. So we kind of time this perfectly to where you push him to the beach to where you can stand and pull Ocarina. And then we do a cutscene skip here. We play Song of Double Time, which is English exclusive. You saw right there the cutscene started. He started to walk, but then the night transition happened, and he's already up the beach. So that's a little cutscene skip. Yeah, cutscene. Yeah, a lot of stuff happening for those minutes, but.
Yeah, I was gonna say about super swims, like you will see much more complicated super swims later in the run, but basically the basic premise of every trick in this game that's about getting high speed and keeping it is like you get a recoil or you get a pushback from some kind of damage. In this case, like we shielded the damage from the bomb in midair, which just starts pushing us backwards, and then we maintain that in the water by spamming target, like Kuroshi said. But it's not just target that you can do that with. Target is the only thing you can do it. The only way to do a super swim as human is with target, but once we get Zora Mask, you can do some other things. Like it's basically anything that kind of keeps Link busy. It like keeps him in some kind of animation, so that he never stops doing. If he never stops doing some kind of animation, then he'll never lose that speed. Like the game will never, for whatever reason, check and see, oh, it's time to get rid of that huge speed boost. It's like this. It's the same thing with the Hess. Like you're holding the precise position on the control stick to get Link to shuffle his feet in this particular way that keeps him busy, or I guess, so that never.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah. So yeah, you're about to see a Zora Super Swim where I'm going to just alternate A and B presses. So I'm going to press B to enter the water and start sinking, and then I'm going to press A to start rising, and then B to start sinking, and A to start rising, over and over again. Which you have to time those A and B presses kind of carefully to control your height within the water, but as long as you keep pressing A and B within 7 frames of each other, he'll just keep that speed forever. I hope I get the trick now after I explained it. But
yeah,
it's kind of hard.
Something that's cool about this route is that we get to see super swims a couple times, actually. The number of super swims just keeps going up as we iterate on routes, so it's pretty cool. There are a couple in the run. So yeah, bombs aren't the only thing that can damage you in this game. Enemies can damage you, and Hessing is based off of taking damage during those fast moving frames for the roll. So their sauce is just hessed off of an enemy to save a bomb.
Same thing here.
Yep, you can recoil flip off an enemy as well. If you backflip with your shield out, I guess we saw one earlier, but yeah, if you shield damage, you get pushed back at a really fast speed as well. Nice super swim. As Zora super swim. Zora super swims are cool. As Sasha just explained, you can kind of control whether you're rising or sinking in a Zora super swim. You can kind of just go forever, and they're a very high skill ceiling trick. I would say. Being able to control them well, rise and sink at a good speed to be at the height you want in the water when you want to be.
Okay, you saw me get stuck on the ledge a little bit there because I was a little bit too high. But you really don't want to hit the ground and lose it entirely. So.
Another instance of index warp here. We put the map point on Snowhead, and it took us to Woodfall.
The true Super Swim challenge comes in Great Bay Temple, though, which is much later in the run. The thing that we do at the end of that Super Swim is pretty wild. And it's not something that you've seen before. If you've seen this category, yeah, I guess, am I the only person who does it in runs, Kuroshi, do you know?
I think so, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a slightly faster route through Great Bay Temple.
Okay, sausage exclusive. There you go.
Yeah. There are a lot of sausage exclusive strats. It's known for going for some of the hardest and fastest strats just to push the game as far as possible.
Yeah, I'm actually currently in the process of leveling up my strats even more. Got to go even further beyond. And took a break from that practice to do this.
We appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
So we've got our first temple here. The dungeons are pretty interesting.
I don't know what I was thinking there, man.
Okay, yeah, I just missed that ledge a little bit, but we can just go right back around. The objective is, you know, the whole category is like get the boss remains, go to the moon. So we enter these dungeons and we just want to beat them as fast as possible. So we're gonna get the bow first. Bow is more or less required to beat the game, I guess, at least for us. And so we're just gonna get the bow, and then we're gonna hit the boss room using a boss key skip. More hovering out of bounds, because the boss loading zone is also accessible from rooms that are not the boss room. So we're gonna do some really precise hovering and mega flipping once again after getting the bow to try to beat Woodfall within minutes.
Yeah, the boss key skip here is the thing that I am most worried about for this run, just because it's kind of hard to back it up. Like, if I fail the boss key skip in a really bad way, then I probably will just have to go back to Clocktown at some point and buy extra shoes, which kind of sucks.
So you'll notice Sausage played along a double time right there. There was a reason for that. Well, one, it's good to play it in Temple in specific. There are a couple places where when you have day transitions, you don't get the full cutscene for it. Temples is one of them. So he just played it right there. Now we're on day 2. And it's good to be on day 2 because the Woods of Mystery behaves a little bit differently. The witch is in the woods. Like, both witches are in the woods already on day 2. So when we go to get the bottle later, we don't have to like leave the woods after talking to the first witch. And we need a bottle in this run.
And there's a
our
grotto that
eggs.
spawns on day 2 in the woods, which we need.
Yeah, we're gonna be hitting the grotto. But here's some more precise hovers. Let me focus on. So this is called a ledge clip right here. Nice.
Should be good.
Nailed it. Okay.
Nice.
Really difficult. The loading zone is in an interesting spot there, and with as few explosives as we use, you kind of just barely make it. We're kind of curving around the room,
huge
the boss
unloaded
room, and the
room.
door. Yeah, to hit it from the side. Very precise tricks. So claps in the chat. I'm not reading the chat, but you're not clapping. This boss is a joke.
Quick spins are hard though, man. Clap for that.
Quick
too.
spins are hard.
Clap for everything I do in this run. It's hard.
Yay! You're doing amazing.
Yeah, this has been very sweet.
Please
so far.
clap.
Very nice. Yeah, sometimes you get into such a groove. Sometimes if it runs like that, boss key skip becomes second nature, and then the quick spins are the hardest part of the entire split.
Oh yeah,
So.
I bet.
But yeah, first remain. Like half an hour in, it's kind of a dungeon rush. Not entirely from this point, because we do have to go out of our way a little bit to get the hook shot, get the Zora egg, for Nue Bossa Nova, get bottle, I guess before that, but get a stick from the grotto coming up, but another breather after a hard trick.
Yeah, this is pretty much the last long cutscene. I mean, it's the first long cutscene in a little while, but it's the last long cutscene until the very end of the run when we go to the moon.
Well, maybe you won't mind if I ask you, Sausage, what is it that got you interested in speedrunning Majora's Mask in the first place? Because this is like your main squeeze, right?
Yeah, I somehow heard about Inop. Well, okay, I mean, I've loved this game. Like, this is the most, like, nostalgic game for me. You know, it was my favorite game as a kid. But at some point in, like, 2012, 2013, something like that, I just saw something somehow about Inop's newest world record. Like, Inop is the most legendary Majora's Mask runner of all time. He's been playing playing the game since forever, and gotten a million world records. And yeah, I saw something about his new world record at the time, and then I just started watching it for a while. I started watching him and Finur were like having a really awesome like back and forth with the world records at the time. This was in like 2014, 2015 when I really started watching a lot, and then I don't know, I just felt like I could do it. And I got excited about like a big part of what's always motivated me like with this game, as Kuroshi kind of alluded to, is like the strats and like the possibility of like leveling things up, you know, adding harder strats to the run, making it even more crazy. And I kind of saw some of the potential even like when I was just starting to learn the game. I was like, I bet I can do some like truly insane stuff. And yeah, that got me like really motivated, and I practiced for like half a year. like most of my free time for like half a year was like getting good at the game. Back in 2017, yeah.
That's cool, and now you're pushing it to the limits. We're waiting for the next rival, perhaps.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I should shout out like Hope Squidward and Enop112. They are both playing this category actively right now, and they could both get 112s. Like, so I have a pretty high 112 world record, 112.53, and they're both capable of getting 112s right now as well. They could definitely still beat my time as it is right now.
It's a hot game right now, y'all.
It really is. This category specifically, it's kind of wild how much competition there is. Like, there's yeah, there's just never been any competition like this in the history of the game, I feel like.
I assume it's all in good fun. Like, it sounds like y'all know each other and are friends at least a little bit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're all homies.
Nice.
Yeah, so I want to talk a little bit about cutscene skips. We can actually skip these Giants cutscenes that happen after you get remains, and you'll see that on all the rest of the remains that we get. The reason that we watch the adult one is because we have to watch the first one. So we have to watch at least one out of the 4 to get Oath to Order. Otherwise, you just don't get Oath, and you just can't go to the moon. This one ends up being the best one to watch for routing. One of the reasons because you end up with the swamp cleared, like it is now, and you can do this Hess over here to get the bottle really fast. So that was a really cool strat that came about with dropping the bomb in that lily pad and doing a Zora Hess. And here is the first instance of a trick called Equip Swap. If you noticed,
not gonna go for that little cutscene skip. Do the easy way.
Yeah, doing some page turns, Sausage was able to equip his ocarina over his bow slot, and that's going to be significant coming up. But there's a lot of equip swapping in this run. Another Hess.
Hard to do the angle change when you're nervous. It's like the hardest thing to do in the run when you're nervous.
Yep. Yeah, so before I explain that we typically will pause buffer angle changes for Hessing just because it's way too hard to do unbuffered in this game. But that one Sausage tried to do unbuffered. Didn't quite get it, but they look very smooth when done unbuffered, as you can imagine.
Tried to go for a Hess off that turtle, similar to how I Hessed off a lever earlier, but it's very difficult to get the setup right and find ESS that quickly. Like, yeah, it's just a very precise like tilt on the control stick that you're looking for, and it wasn't like that. Yeah, you just don't have very much time with that setup to find it quickly.
Alright, so now we've got our bottle, which we need in order to beat the game because we gotta get Zora eggs. There's Deku stick down here, there's some money, we're gonna use later. So this is all, and this grotto is only here on day 2, so it's another reason that it's very convenient to do the route like this and have it be day 2. And here we warp without setting our map cursor at all, and the default is just Great Bay. So it just goes to Great Bay. And we get to see another super swim coming up here.
I have to get this bomb drop, unfortunately, because I've wasted so many bombs. But it's not too slow.
Bomb count is always something to be thinking about in this category. It's often very tight, and we're just using bombs constantly. So this is one of the instances where you'll see this super swim where Sausage is going to be sinking like gradually as he has a lot of time over here to sink, and you really just want to spread that out as much as you can and be kind of at the sea floor by the time we get over to PF, because we got to get in from the bottom.
I'm really struggling with the
So
ESS tricks,
trippy.
but it's okay. These are little time saves that I'm going for. But you can just start something like a Hess, except forwards out of the water there. Basically, you capture the high speed boost from starting a swim as Zora, and then you maintain that going onto land. It's very precise, and you have to again find ESS position super fast and hold it. But it lets you kind of beat this pirate and beat the cycle basically and get here faster.
Did you find that difficult when you first started running, doing a lot of these things?
There's definitely spots where I think I'm gonna play this safe. I'm gonna do an extra number. I don't like my angle here. Yeah, there's definitely spots where it is hard. You'll see, basically the most important trick in this run is coming up fairly soon. It's called Lullaby Skip, and that trick is all about avoiding. So you're going backwards, and also the wind is blowing you around randomly, and there are these snowballs, and you have to really, really be good at knowing where those snowballs are going to be, and they're moving, and if you run into any of them at any time, it's basically run over. So that is definitely something that takes just an insane amount of practice when you start running this category. There is a beginner strat, but it loses 40 seconds, so maybe even more now. So yeah, you kind of have to do Lullaby Skip if you want to go for world record level times, and it's just crazy. Yeah, just get ready for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess.
One of the biggest run killers
Cool.
in the run, and very entertaining trick, very difficult. So yeah, we're gonna get hookshot now before getting the Zora egg. This category actually didn't get hookshot for a while until we discovered something called remote hookshot, which makes use of milk and hookshot. These pretty gnarly things that still don't make total sense to me, but it's the entire reason that this route exists for the most part, because you need hookshot to do that glitch, and it's going to allow us to save a lot of explosives, and it's another reason that this route has been possible with as few explosives as we use. So stay tuned. Here's a trick called Ocarina items, using ESS position again. Actually, I'm not sure how Ocarina items works exactly.
How it works,
but
it's like you use a bottled item while you're holding the ESS position, and then you press the fins button as if you're going to slash your fins, and then somehow that pulls an ocarina, and it lets you pull an ocarina underwater, which you're not normally supposed to be able to do.
Alright, so,
So weird.
I guess we can explain a little bit more about that equip swap glitch now. So
Oh, yeah.
this is actually the only Zora egg that we're going to be getting in the run. So right there, with the quickness, you saw Sausage do a little page turn, left and then right, and then he equipped egg, but it actually was equipped over his ocarina slot. So his egg that's in his real bottle is actually still in the real bottle. And you'll see the ocarina is actually gone from the ocarina slot. But the reason that the ocarina is still on his C buttons goes back to before, when he equip swapped it over Bow when he was hessing through the swamp. And this is gonna do a couple things for us. For one, in order to equip swap at all, you have to like be able to reach the top or bottom row from the edges of the pause screen in one cursor movement. So this is actually the only item we can equip swap over is Ocarina right now, because you couldn't like get to the bow slot in one just because it's blocked by other items. So we can just dupe 7 eggs here. Don't have to go collecting eggs anymore. And then also deleting Ocarina has some side effects. So normally when you don't have Ocarina in this game, it means you're in first cycle. That's kind of what the game uses as a flag to determine if you're in first cycle, and that causes some tattle text triggers to appear for her telling you stuff to do, I guess, in first cycle. And later in the game, we're going to use that text to do a trick called action swap, and the only way that the text will appear is if we delete our Ocarina entirely. This poses a little bit of a problem though, because you need the Ocarina in your inventory to actually spawn the giants at the end of the game. So we will have to be getting Ocarina back much later. But yeah, so skipping most of the Zora eggs, you just get 1, and now we can get New Wave off just that.
I did not hear any of that explanation, so if I repeat any of it later, I'm sorry, but I had to lock in on the counting.
Yeah.
The chat delay is wild. I'm used to the chat counting for me.
Yeah, so you need 7 Zora eggs in total for this cutscene to start, for you to get the song. If you were to only put like 6 in there because you miscount, you'd have to go get another Zora egg, which is just terrible. This was also a cutscene skip right there. There's a frame or 2 where you can pause or pull Ocarina after pulling it for the first time, and then skip the cutscene where you get the song by soaring away. So Sausage just got New Bossa Nova. You didn't see it, but he got it. Another trick, bottle dupe. A little bit different than just doing it with equip swap. If you use ESS position, just like Ocarina items, you can dupe over an unusable item. So the 0 Deku Nuts there have been duped over. So now we have yet another bottle, which we need for the milk shenanigans that come later. And here we're actually buying the milk that will be used for the shenanigans. So, and we're going to be going right into Lullaby Skip now. So prepare yourselves. Another ISG Hest like we saw in the Mountain Village area, but this time we're going to be trying to go all the way up the mountain and into the temple. When done well, it can be done in just 1 Hess. And the wind here is random, like the pauses between the winds are random, and there's a lot to look out for, so hold on to your seats. Reading that owl was not a mistake, by the way. It desyncs the wind from the snowballs, which makes the cycle a little bit nicer for later in the trip.
I'm just gonna play this crazy safe.
Yep. Again, ESS position is very precise on the control stick, and one of the things that makes this trick so hard, and Hess's in general so hard, is that if you go even a little bit out of that range of the ESS, your Hess stops and you lose all your speed.
That's so unlucky, man. Or wait, why did I do that?
And right there, you can get stuck on the edges if you hit him at just the wrong angle with just the wrong speed, and unfortunately that happened there. And
that was
sometimes
just a super
it's
unlucky wind.
Yeah, sometimes it's just totally uncontrollable, but we live with it.
And now I don't really know where the snowball is going to be. I got stuck again. This is such an unlucky pattern, man. Please give me. Okay, I barely dodged that. This is so bad. Okay.
Yeah, this trick can be kind of a nightmare if you don't just get it immediately. It kind of snowballs, no pun intended.
Okay, this should be able to work. Perfect angle with the buffer, just to be safe. I have taken so long to get to this point because I got so unlucky with the wind that I just have to stop the Hess now and roll the rest of the way in. Which is unfortunate. I wanted to show off like the super fast cycle. The game just, like, it was not possible with that RNG to get the super fast cycle, and then the game decided to screw me even further after that point. Which just happens sometimes, but yeah, this trick is crazy.
Yeah, if it's RNG.
It's one of those tricks where the difference in time save between like the fastest that you'll get this trick, and then the average that you'll get this trick is pretty big, unfortunately, just because of luck and whatnot, and just how difficult it is. But
Oh wow.
we're in there. I mean, in the worst case, you like
Made it work.
something really bad happens, you have to start over. But we didn't have to, so let's go.
Yeah, it's hard to back it up that way. Like, I think I backed it up. I think I got a really unlucky stuck spot in world record as well, and backed it up really fast and still like hessed all the way in, which was crazy.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so there's a first instance of a trick called action swap. Using the stick and a first-person item, you can kind of like combine their actions or something like that, and fire.
Game
It
gets
does.
confused.
Yeah, it does. It has a lot of weird properties,
Wait.
but
I actually need to go back down and get a bomb drop. I need to get a bomb drop. That's like non-negotiable.
yeah.
Should have thought about that.
But one of the things you can do with action swap is just shoot a lit arrow from your stick, oddly enough, and it skips having to like go around this room or do any hovers or get fire arrows or anything. And here's a
Do
super
this
precise hook shot.
again, yeah.
Yeah, you get to do it again.
Not bad.
Nice. All right, so here's milk magic. So this trick is called remote hook shot. It's a lot of the reason why the route exists. I'll let it play out before I say anything.
Unfortunate. At least I didn't accidentally use the chew, but I gotta set it up again. I just tried to pull the chew a little bit too early for the recoil, which does not work.
Yeah, so you saw there you got shot really, really high, and then the goal there is to use a bomb chew to recoil yourself backwards in the air. And you kind of just go straight up to the boss room.
One more time.
Here we have to pause frame perfectly because we want to equip the bottle before Link puts it away.
Okay.
There you go. Nice. Nice. And then a recoil flip into the loading zone.
Do you want me to try to explain real quick the remote
Yeah,
hook
you
shot
can try to
part?
explain
Very
remote
well.
hook shot.
Yeah, so basically this thing with the milk, I want to explain all the details of that, but like, the thing with the milk basically just allows you to store an instance of the hookshot firing, which it just kind of gets stuck at the beginning of the hookshot shooting at something. So we do that to store the hookshot shooting at the wall, and then basically after that, the next time we pull the hookshot out, it will release that like stored instance of the hookshot firing. So we pull the hookshot out and very quickly aim up at the torch that we're right next to, and so that new hookshot instance starts pulling us up toward the torch. We're like getting pulled directly up, but then that gets interrupted because the original hookshot instance hits the wall, and the game is like, oh, the hookshot's hitting the wall, you shouldn't be getting pulled anywhere right now. So you just get launched upward with that crazy like hookshot velocity.
Just skip like the entire temple.
That is so cool.
So right there, you saw Sausage just kind of standing there taking damage for a little bit. Nice. We have to wait for 15 seconds for Tattle to appear at all, and then she only appears in this room if you don't have the ocarina in your inventory, like I mentioned before. So that's what allows us to skip fire arrows entirely and just do action swap off that text, like we did at the beginning of the temple. Just using her text now to melt Goat without fire arrow. And that's pretty much the reason that we get rid of ocarina.
Don't like this setup at all, but I'm gonna try it.
Another hard trick.
Yeah, it's better to go a frame early for that than a frame late. I got a frame early on the first attempt, so I had to back it up, but then I got it. If you go a frame late, you're watching the minute and a half long cutscene.
Yep, so this is one of those cutscene skips I was talking about. You can place a bomb in the remains warp thing, and having hookshot in your hand does like, it activates some sort of collection delay that allows you to when you try to pick up the bomb, there's one frame where you can pick up the bomb instead of picking up the remains, and then you end up like picking up the blue warp, and then you just die there. So once you pick up the remains / blue warp or whatever, you have them in your inventory. So then just the fastest way to get back out of the temple is just dying. And here's a frame perfect pause to skip this cutscene, kind of like HMS.
And now I'm actually going to wait for this day transition, and then I'm going to play Song of Double Time to make it day 3. If you do not lose a lot of time up to this point, you can just do the cutscene skip that's coming up without doing any of these extra day transitions, but unfortunately it took a little bit too long, so the route doesn't really work out nicely. And we needed to
so
be
coming
day
up...
for this.
Yeah, so there was that was one cutscene skip, and then we have another right after. So there's normally a cutscene here when you enter the temple for the first time, where the pirates like fly away in a tornado and stuff. But doing this similar type of thing that we did with Mikau's walking cutscene, another English exclusive. If you get a night transition after activating this cutscene, it just skips it entirely. So you have a couple frames where you can walk into the cutscene trigger in full ocarina, and then you play Song of Double Time. And then now it's acting as if we have already seen the cutscene, and it doesn't show you the cutscene on the second or like subsequent
The second time you
visits
enter
to the
Great Bay
temple.
Temple, you don't get the same cutscene, yeah.
Yeah, so now we just kind of are there without a cutscene. Another thing that kind of helps English be a little bit faster. And here's another instance of remote hookshot. This one's pretty fun. Just gonna do it by aiming at this torch. Same type of thing, drinking the milk. Throwing that first hookshot aim.
We're now basically stuck in a state where we're kind of in mid hookshot, so I don't have gravity applied to me right now.
Link's an expert long jumper now.
And then we can kind of like finish the hookshot. Like somehow by mashing the Zora Mask button, Zora Mask is a cutscene item, and that somehow makes the game remember, oh no, I actually failed the first B press of the super swim. I don't think I've ever done that before. That was weird. So yeah, I have to just swim here instead of do the fun super swim, which is unfortunate because that's one of the coolest parts of the route. But yeah, go watch my world record explain video and see that later.
Yeah, one of the coolest strats in the entire run, and it's a sausage exclusive strat. Definitely, if you're interested at all, go watch this part of it.
But yeah, the super swim would
video.
You could also follow the sausage to
That too, yeah.
watch that live, perhaps.
For sure.
Perhaps. Maybe even subscribe.
Here on Twitch. Maybe.
So here's a trick called Gim. It, again, is using milk and hookshot, very broken combination of items, apparently. There's a frame here where you can like interrupt the chest opening cutscene with the hookshot. And then there's some shenanigans that happens. I don't know, maybe Sasha can explain it when he gets a second, if he knows, but...
When will I get a second, man? I don't know.
Maybe never. But it manipulates the actual contents of the chest. So when he landed in the water there, he did not get the map. He got the light arrows. So yeah, we have light arrows now. And there's a boss key skip and really cool out of bounds swim there.
Playing it super safe with all the stuff that I'm buffering. I don't normally buffer this stuff, but it's just so punishing to fail. Oh, I actually
so this
shot
is a weird
too high
shot.
there. Wow. Okay.
Oh.
That's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
okay, a couple things. Yeah, normally if you can hit Georg there using a weird shot and it would skip this cutscene. You can just jump down and start fighting him immediately. But a weird shot, again, it makes use of those super fast backwards frames. And you can pull a first person item in there. There's a lot of very precise inputs in a weird shot, and on the English version specifically, they crash very easily. Couple combinations of inputs done in the wrong way will crash your game. So that's one of the of all the things to be buffering in this. Yeah, of all the things to be buffering in this run, it's gonna be that one. But yeah, if we were to crash now, I mean, the last time we saved the game was like what, the beginning of second cycle.
Exactly.
So losing, I don't know.
Okay, I think I fixed my health correctly.
30
It's
minutes or
very
something.
awkward to do that from there.
So again, we're damaging down so we can get ready for another Remains Escape Death Warp. This is a pretty neat way to damage down. Just hit ourselves with the boss.
What am I doing? Okay.
You got him. Let's go. Alright, 2 temples down. So, again, we're going to try this frame perfect trick here and then die. Just leave the temple. And get onto Stone Tower, last temple.
Nice.
Nice.
So we're gonna do another gim immediately with another chest that we have to spawn by shooting these torches here. It's gonna spawn a chest that normally gives a stray fairy. We're gonna use that to get the ocarina back, because you actually need the ocarina to finish the game. We took advantage of the fact that we could live without the ocarina for a while, in order to, you know, skip the fire arrows and shoot goat with the weird action swap thing and all that stuff we were explaining earlier, but now we need it back. If I had failed that, that would have been about 8 minutes, so we're very happy to be past that, even though I was just playing it super safe with the buffers.
Nice.
Yeah, so the other temples we kind of just sped ran through as fast as possible, but here we actually make good use of getting items from Gim while we can. So we got light arrows, so we don't have to go through regular STT at all to get light arrows. And then we got Ocarina back. So here is a trick. It makes use of equip swap and bottle duping in one. So Sausage he equip swapped his bombs. So he has like a fake bomb, and then he duped over his real bombs. And what that does is when we play Song of Time, his bomb count will persist, so he can actually take his bombs with him to the next cycle. So when we skip the Twin Molds cutscene, we're not going to use a Remains Escape, we're going to use a Song of Time storage method, so it will reset the cycle to go back to Clocktown, but we won't lose our bombs.
Here I just flipped
Here's
Stone
a neat little
Tower with a neat trick. Yeah, the block has a cutscene where the block moves out of the way. So if you shoot the light arrow at just the right time as you're stepping onto the switch to move that block, the block will go through the arrow during the cutscene, and the arrow will persist until after the cutscene and then hit the switch after the cutscene ends. So we just instantly flip Stone Tower because, you know, again, we already have the light arrows, so we don't need to go into regular Stone Tower at all and just go straight to inverted.
Yeah, something I didn't mention, you might have seen Sausage drop 3 bombs before he did that bottle dupe thing. That was to make his bombs unusable, so like I said with the Deku Nut earlier, in order to bottle dupe in that way, you have to have an unusable item, so you can't have more than 3 explosives out at once. So by dropping 3 bombs, he made his bombs unusable so he could dupe over them. Really swaggy long jump here to get over here. So this is Song of Time storage. You can play a song while voiding out and it will store it. So the next time we pull up a text box, it'll actually bring up the Song of Time yes or no text, and you can essentially use that to save whenever you want.
Oh, off my position right now. I'm gonna
Precise out of bounds hovers incoming.
I don't love this at all. That is really unfortunate. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to try this again. So I guess I get one shot at this backup before I don't have any magic and don't know what to do. Or wait, I guess I have to activate him first. This is gonna be scary.
Yeah, this is one of the more punishing things to fail on the run. It's definitely goes to show, like, because we only had, what, 3 bomb chews left, and there's just no way to back this up without, like, having used even, like, a single bomb chew. So, we can't hover into the loading zone the way that we were intending to now. So we're gonna try to kill this guy down here and
so what am I doing
shut up
now?
and kind of go
This is a
around.
question. I can't kill him without magic.
without-
So I guess I'm just going back to the entrance of the temple.
You can go to you can go around the right side and do the block clip
Yeah,
and then
I just have to soar back to the entrance is
yeah.
the issue.
Yeah, you have to. Alright, don't forget to store Song of Time later.
True.
Again.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to store this again.
Yeah,
any of these
so-
boss key skips, very unfortunate to fail. Gonna take a while to back it up, but I do know the route through the right side here. Hopefully it'll.
That's good.
I can do it.
Yeah, so normally we
Yeah,
just do a
you're
couple
fine.
hovers and
Things
megas and then
happen.
we're just in the loading zone there, but it's pretty difficult.
One for another. Playing late, I guess. Yes. Final hours.
So here's a trick where you can just clip through this block.
Yeah, that block clip is tough, and haven't done it in a while. Yeah.
Oh, this run is keeping you on your toes,
Seriously.
Sausage.
Oh, that's not good enough. Oh no. Okay, I think I just have to try it again.
Yeah.
If I run out of bombs, it's fine. I can get bombs next cycle. Like we explained earlier, I was planning on keeping my bomb count into the next cycle and all that. But there's a relatively easy way to.
Yeah, this recoil flip to this bridge is not easy either.
Okay.
But you can kind of skip
I'm
over
just
to
gonna take-
Igor and then kill him.
Okay, well, first of all, this is where I have to store the song. I have to go through this door to set my my spawn position so that when I void back out, I reappear here. So I'm gonna do that first. But then I'm just going to play this boss key skip as safe as I know how to because it's a little finicky and I'm not used to it. Okay, I guess I'm being careful what I equip over here. If I equip over my bomb, I guess it doesn't matter that I lose the bombs anymore. Yeah, the backups for this run are just so complicated and this is the type of thing. There's so many tricks in this run that if you fail it on world record pace, you just reset. So you're not.
Yeah.
You don't typically.
This
do
is a
any of
backup
this
that you
stuff.
basically don't do ever.
Okay, so I think that is how the setup works, and I can just do a recoil flip now. Please turn, man.
Yeah, so here's another here's a slope clip or something.
I should have gotten health. I guess I can drink the milk. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drink the milk, I think. Because I'm not about to die to twin mold. Yeah.
The milk
And I can
will
use the
save us,
fairy if I
surely.
really need to, but if I get super unlucky on twin mold, but hopefully we'll just and yeah, I guess everything's good from there.
No magic is annoying.
Yeah. Wait, yeah, I guess oh yeah, I should have restocked on supplies there is what I really should have done, but I have
Just try to bomb him for the first hit at least.
I'm just gonna look around and yeah, I'm just gonna look around and get the supplies that are gonna drop when they inevitably break stuff.
Yeah, so normally if we make it into the loading zone, first try with the quicker boss key skip, you have enough magic and arrows for a pretty fast twin mold fight. But right now we don't have any magic because we have to try that killing Igor and everything and use up all our magic, so not gonna be as smooth of a fight.
I'm not seeing any arrows.
You're probably good with arrows.
Yeah, probably. Probably. Loving the
yeah,
final
twin mold's
hours
cool.
shaky cam, by the way.
So we use arrows for twin
This
mold.
is so cursed.
Light arrows. Light arrows do double damage to twin mold, so we try to hit him with as many light arrows as we can.
I don't even know how to think about this pattern, man.
Another RNG part of the run, twin mold's flying is just completely random, so you have to really be reactive, and sometimes you just can't get very great shots, unfortunately.
At least I'm not at 1 health right
Really
now, because I would be kind of trying to decide if I should use the fairy or not, because I kind of want the fairy for Majora as well. Yeah, this has been a terribly unlucky pattern when I really needed a good one with the supplies that I came in with. But hopefully we're fine now. I already equipped the upgrade.
So right there, you saw Sausage, he inspected, or he read the description of the light arrows on the pause screen, which brings up text. And like I said, the next text box that comes up is going to activate that Song of Time text. And we have to do it there before we kill the boss, because you can't pause your game after killing the boss. So now we just kind of kill him with the text on the screen, and then we can pick up the remains, press yes, and reset the console. Save the game with all the remains.
That one red cycle, he was out for like 5 seconds max. But yeah, that ended up being fun. World record is 112.53. By me, yes.
By you.
Me.
So right there.
It doesn't always, get this out of hand, I reckon.
Yeah, especially not on world record pace. But right there, as soon as Link starts to pick up the remains, then you have them in your inventory. So Sausage just pressed yes after he saw him pick up the remains, and then you can just reset the console instead of watching the whole post SCD cutscene or even the Song of Time cutscene.
So here I gotta go out to get some RNG bombs from Termina Field, unfortunately.
Yeah. Normally we would have enough bombs right here to just hover into clock tower immediately with a really cool strat, but instead we don't have enough. You need at least like 4 bombs.
Actually, I should
or 5 bombs.
Try these for another. If I just get another here, that'd be really nice. Okay, good. But this should be enough.
So all that's left to do now is hover into Clock Tower. We have the Ocarina that we need, we have this Oath that we need, and we have all the remains. So you can just hover in here. We don't have to wait till Final Night or anything, which is nice. And then just play out and go to them. Dog hovering, let's go.
I'm gonna have to do an extra here, I think.
So right there, the reason that he used the dog was because he could target the dog and it will unlock his camera. Because normally when you're hovering, you're stuck targeting, and then you can't turn around or anything. And he would only be able to hover in one direction. So there he targeted the dog and he was able to turn Link around 180 and hover the other way into the clock tower. With the normal strat, we actually just do all our hovers in that direction, but...
Yeah, that's one thing you should definitely watch how I normally do it. You should definitely follow and watch how I normally do it.
There's a really cool staircase hover.
Yeah, it's like staircase hover with inverted camera, which is like an extra layer of insanity. You basically do a trick called inverted camera just to reduce the lag that normally happens when you hover in South Clocktown, because there's just like so many dudes running around loaded at the same time. And if you can get the camera to face the other way, which is like a double frame perfect trick, you can save like over a second to lag.
Yeah, you throw 3 bombs, and then while you're waiting for the bombs, you do the double frame perfect trick.
Yeah, that's one of the craziest things I go for. But not for long. I'll be going for some more crazy things soon. We're working on the 111 strats. We're in the lab cooking every day.
Ooh, yes!
Yeah, what do we even talk about during this? So this is like a 5-minute cutscene right at the end, right before the last boss. It's very hard to go from nothing to like what we're
So the moon
here.
is falling.
Yeah, true.
And we're saving them. We're saving them. Sausage is your savior.
Yeah, so we beat the 4 dungeons, and that makes it so the 4 giants come and save the day here, stop the moon from crashing into the world and killing everyone. But then we have to go up into the moon, which is like some weird, surreal, I don't even know what, like, and fight Majora as the last boss. And the last boss of this game is quite the final thing in a speedrun. Like, I feel like a lot of speedruns have something relatively anticlimactic at the end. This is not those games. This is a 3-phase boss fight that is very hard. And unfortunately, I don't have the bomb count to do the first phase the way that I would normally do it. But it's still a crazy, like, RNG heavy fight. Like, you really got to activate all of your brain power for this one.
So what do you think you're gonna do strats-wise? Because you're gonna have to kind of think on the fly here for this final boss.
Yeah, it's tough. So I have one bomb, and I think I'm gonna use it to just super slide on the moon, because you have to travel pretty long distance, like just to get to where you fight Majora.
Right.
So then I'm gonna have 0 bombs for Majora. Normally I would do a strat that uses 2 bombs for the first phase. I can just do the really old strat that uses Zora Mask, and it's pretty easy if I remember how to do it. And then, yeah, also normally you'd have a bomb for the second phase, Incarnation, if you need it, which can like guaranteed stun the boss. So instead I'm gonna be doing some, unless I get really lucky and he just runs into me at the beginning, I'm gonna do some really awkward running around trying to dodge the additional enemies that are going to be shooting at me the whole time, while I try to shoot him with arrows and stun, or shoot Majora with arrows and stun him. And then for phase 3, normally we use a bomb to get him to jump. We basically in phase 3 are going to need him to go to somewhere around the outside of the arena. We can't fight him in the middle, or else we'll just get destroyed by the those other enemies that are going to be shooting at us. So instead of that, I think I'm just going to equip regular arrows, which will make him jump. And I'll just spam regular arrows until he goes into a good spot. I think I know everything I need to do for this, but it's definitely a little unusual, not something you normally see in runs.
It is interesting though, you know, it's adaptive strats, and I think that's impressive in its own right.
Yeah, I mean, practicing this, I was just doing no reset runs for the last few days to be ready for all of these weird scenarios that can happen, and fortunately most of them did not happen, but there are just so many things in this run that you can lose like 8 minutes to if you don't know the fastest way to back it up.
Always gotta have the GDQ. That's never happened before, am I right, friends?
There were a couple of those. Me not sinking at the beginning of the Super Swim in Great Bay Temple was one of those, I think. It's pretty unusual.
So we don't have to stop for any other like supplies before we go to the moon.
So yeah, we're already like locked into going to the moon at this point. At the end of this cutscene, it's going to put us on the moon.
Okay.
There are arrows. There's an arrow drop and a magic drop, like basically right where the fight starts. They're like, you don't have to go out of the way at all to.
Oh,
to
that's convenient for
those.
sure.
Yeah. If only there was a bomb drop as well.
That would be lit. I see a message from the chat asking if light arrows do anything special on Wrath. They actually do. They don't do any damage or anything, but if you have light arrows equipped and you shoot Wrath, Wrath won't jump away from your arrows. So normally when you shoot Wrath with like anything, Wrath jumps away. But with light arrows equipped, even if you don't have magic, if you shoot Wrath with light arrows, it will just hit. It will just hit and stun Wrath. We kind of make use of that. It's nice. We don't have to like wait for Wrath to attack to stun him. We can just shoot him when we want.
Yeah, so this phase is going to be a little less exciting. We have a new strat, relatively new for this phase, that is extremely complicated and has so many precise inputs, and unfortunately not getting to show that off. We're just going to transform the Zora and stun him repeatedly and shoot him with arrows. Hopefully not stunned. I remembered the strat well enough.
I guess
from
we could've still done
2017 or 2019.
Let's go.
So here's where the
rinse and
ads come out. The remains, the boss remains, are gonna start just shooting at me. But the thing about it is, they will never shoot at you unless you're looking at them. So if you're just always looking away from where the remains are, so like right now I'm kind of on the edge of the arena, so I'm kind of naturally looking away from all of them. They will not shoot you. So I do some very careful positioning here, and like depending on where I manage to stun Majora for this next phase, I will maybe do some really awkward movement and time some awkward quick spins to like try to get him to move somewhere else, or like just to face away from the remains as much as I can. See, okay, I got really lucky. He ran into me immediately, so I can just go ahead and get in position. Okay.
Yeah, the stun locks on these bosses are much harder than like Adalwa. Adalwa, we could just spam quick spins for the most part. It would just work out, or you just stay stunned. But you have to time your attacks pretty precisely to keep Incarnation of Wrath stunned.
So here, you can see based on where the remains are, you can imagine why we don't want to fight him right here in the middle. We want him to go somewhere on the outside. Hopefully I can make it to him in time here, let's see. Not quite, yeah.
So something you wouldn't know just by watching, probably. There's a mechanic in this game called jump slash canceling, where like you can do a jump slash and then there's like a large amount of lag after you can't do anything. But if you spin your stick in that lag, spin your control stick, like I don't know the exact degrees, but most of the way in that lag, it like completely cancels the lag. Now you have to do that in order to even stun like that. So each of these jump slashes are actually a little bit harder.
Yo, GG. Oh my gosh. Take a deep breath. You earned it. How are you feeling?
Might be a minute before I get chill. Yeah, that is a hard run to do in like a no reset context.
Oh
it's
yeah.
really hard. I mean, it's a hard run to do in general, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that went. Was it under the estimate? What was the time?
Let's see. Richard, do you have the time for us?
23:50.
Oh, 23. Okay, unfortunate, but yeah, I did feel the
Estimate looks like it was 1:30 on the stream.
Oh really?
There you go. Under
I guess I was under the
Nice.
estimate, not the estimate that I tried to give, but
Oh yeah, no.
still, that's a solid run.
Honestly, like, it's just so impressive. Again, I'll say it, like, sometimes these weird things happen in runs, and you gotta adapt, and you did a great job doing that, Jack, so thank you so much for showing off this run. Do you have any
Yeah.
shout-outs or comments? Like, go off.
I'm not prepared to give shoutouts. I mean, thanks for having me, first of all. Yeah,
Of
very happy
course.
to show this run to more people. It's just such a cool speedrun. Definitely also check out other people who run this game. Like I was saying earlier, like Pope Squidward and Enop 112. Either of them could get the world record in this category any day. It's very tight competition right now. This category is really popping. So yeah, check them out as well. Shout out to the Human Protractor, aka Thomas, who has been my like partner in crime for optimizing this category over the years. Yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I'll say it again, if y'all want to see more Majora's Mask, maybe unhinged, I guess, because the sausage is going to be going for some newer strats pretty soon here. Make sure you follow on Twitch and commentary as well. Thank you, Kiroshi, for being here. It was a pleasure having you both on the show. For sure. Before we break, y'all, I do want to give a big shout out to all of our amazing supporters. Your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered here on the GDQ Twitch channel do help support the Games Done Quick Hotfix. So if you do enjoy watching this show, Time Capsule, or any of our other Hotfix shows, please consider subscribing. You can learn more about everything Hotfix at gamesdonequick.com/Hotfix. We will be right back with Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. I'm your host, Smooth Operative, and you are watching Time Capsule. Our next game is a remaster of the original Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion, and here to run it is none other than Chaos Wolf. So Chaos, take it away.
Hello everyone, I am Chaos Wolf, or you can just call me Wolf, and I am very happy to showcase this game because it is a game that I actually took part in a later stage of development with playtesting for Night Dive. So let's get started here. We're gonna go new game and our save slot. We're gonna run the Raptor today because he's a speedy boy. So here's our four characters. These are the two story characters. Joshua can do everything they can do. He's the most optimal. And Raptor is a remaster exclusive. He's very fast, jumps very high. Dinosaur go burr.
Just reading that.
He has access to a limited amount of ranged weapons because otherwise it would just be impossible. But anyway, timing begins when we confirm our character in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good luck.
Alright, we skip that cutscene and we back right up into the elevator. The game wants you to go forward, but there's a sky bridge that gets knocked out, and so you have to backtrack. and already we have a little auto scroller. You'll see me move diagonally, pretty much consistent across every FPS game of the 90s. So I'm gonna come down here and get these, attack these zombified doggos, get our key, and we're gonna go into this space and meet up with a guy named Otto. And we're gonna stare at him menacingly until he directs us out of here.
Surprisingly calm.
There's no dialogue, so it's just silent. And he's gonna get attacked. And the cue to jump here is when his legs drop.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was not prepared for this, Wolf.
So we entered into this crawl space. That is one of the diverging paths. So with the two story characters, one character goes one way while the other goes the other. And we just take the most optimal path. Alright, now once I get into this elevator, Chad, I know how much GDQ loves orbs, and there's quite a few orbs in this run. I want you to count them all out for us.
Ooh, okay.
So here's our first one. Orb.
Orb.
If I can log on, orb and orb.
Alright, that's
There we
3.
go. So yeah, that is the energy grapple gadget exclusive to Joseph, and the extra side characters have access to all the gadgets. And it's very snappy, you can get around very quickly with it.
So in terms of like your speed, you're doing Raptor. Does that make you a little bit quicker just being the Raptor?
Oh, we're much quicker.
Okay, yeah.
By comparison, let's see, Daniel's the slowest character. She, let's see, if I'm thinking in terms of like my splits, Raptor finishes up under like 4 minutes, Danny finishes up like close to 6.
Okay, so there's some differences
Just in
for
the
sure.
first, right, just in the first level. But over the course of the whole run, there's at least 10 minutes saved.
Oh wow, okay.
Probably more.
That's why Raptor's so fun.
Yep. So we're now in the subway, got a little ramp boost right there, we're jumping in the right spot, and Raptor, no character can make the cycle in one go, so we have to wait right here.
Don't want to get hit by the train.
Let's skip right through that cutscene, and we're going to switch to the Razor Wind, which we start with. This was by request from people who were like playtesters, and those of us in the speedrun community felt that the claws were not good enough, so thankfully Night Dive gave us the Razor Wind to start with, and we're going to use it to destroy a few of the bosses. So right now I just made it back to the beginning of the chapter, where the sky bridge was taken out, and I need to power up the elevators to get back up to the top. Now our health is getting kind of low, but not to worry. I finished a run earlier today at 1 HP. The boss is the boss is very simple. So there's going to be like a police gunship that gets taken over by Oblivion, the main antagonist, and it corrupts it, turns it into this thing, and by throwing it at that spot, it's just instant kill.
Nice.
Alright, so the Razor Wind can be an absurdly strong weapon if you use it correctly. So it has like a lingering hitbox, and you ideally, for some bosses and some of the enemies, you want to throw it past them, not directly at them, because it does way more damage on the return.
Oh, I see. That kind of makes sense. That's cool.
Yeah, because if you throw it at it directly, it'll do a little bit of damage and then come back to you like instantly, whereas when it's passing through them, it just has a lingering damage. So military base is full of a lot of these hit scanners, these soldiers, and they're really rough on higher difficulties. They can even drop your health on running on easy like this. Very annoying. So so a self-destruct sequence has started up here. We have to turn it off, and because we're on easy, the timing is very generous. Like, especially with the movement speed of the Raptor, we can finish up like and no worries at all.
I'm most impressed that you're climbing ladders as a raptor and using this weapon. Let's go.
I like to think he has detachable claws. He puts on a pair of human hands that just happens to be wearing leather skin gloves.
Yeah, maybe it's like a cosplayer, like a raptor cosplayer.
I'm gonna get these guys out of the way because they will block you. Okay, disarm that man. Alright, this is gonna be our one and only cutscene skip right here. Restart level. Restarting the level is they're more like restarting the map, not the level. I don't know why they named it that way, but here we are in Dark Hangar. This is a trick that only the Raptor can do.
Ooh, I like Dark Hangar.
Thanks to his jump height. So yeah, we use what the game calls the night vision goggles. These are actually thermal vision goggles. As you can see with the heat signatures there. And that's the only way to see through there.
Well done.
Back to the grapple hook, because yet again we got another orb.
I think that's 4.
Oh wow, some of these enemies have like they have a similar effect where their attack has a lingering hitbox, and that causes the Raptor to have overlapping audio, so that's why it peaks like that.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty annoying. Just for safety, I'm gonna go down here for a full health. We're gonna head up. We're going to the next boss called the Zephyus, which is the genus name for swordfish, and I don't know about you, Tippy. Does this thing look anything like a swordfish?
No, Wolf, I don't think it does. But maybe in some primitive form, it's like a swordfish. Alien swordfish. I'm stretching it out here.
Yeah, this thing is the bane of my existence. He's absolutely the most annoying boss. Okay, ladder's being weird. The most annoying boss by far. So we dropped the yellow submarine on him, and that ends that fight.
Okay, so he's just like down now. Out of the question.
Down for the count.
Down for the count.
So we're gonna go, this is Joseph's path right there under that crawl's face. So, Chapter 3 is gonna have one of the biggest skips in the whole game, the whole run. Every character can perform it. Joseph has a little bit of trouble, but we have a pretty good setup now for him to get it, because he's so much shorter than all the other characters. He can't jump as high, but the project manager for Night Dive, Growth Kaze, found a really good setup. He's a former speedrunner.
Nice. So the devs are pretty like involved in the speedrun community, I guess.
At least 3 of them.
Nice.
Kaiser's really cool. Behemoth programmer and Growth Kaze. They're regular visitors on my streams.
Let's go, shout out.
Okay, so we're gonna take that guy out because that will make another one spawn that's closer up the ramp. I'm gonna take out this guy, and we're about to do the dam skip.
All right, let's do it.
So we're gonna draw this guy over to the dam door. Let's see how many times I can squeeze that in. Okay, so very specific spot right here we're looking for. I'm slipped off. Okay. See, this trick is... it's a headache. We're getting on top of his head. If he'll cooperate, I might need to get a new one. Yeah, I'm slipping right off his head. His hitbox is like pill-shaped. So it's easy to slide off.
So you're trying to use him to kind of like clip through the door.
Right. swear I've practiced this so much and it still gives me trouble. There we go.
There we go.
So we've now clipped into the dam area. And right there on the floor there, we don't pick it up. This is the vampire gun. You want to have a guess as to why we don't get it?
I mean, you're the raptor, which I think is kind of unique in itself, so maybe you just don't need it?
We don't pick it up because it sucks.
Oh, okay. That works too.
Yeah, Raptor can't use it, but no other character gets it because it's not a good weapon.
Okay.
I am gonna need a safety heal. First, we're gonna grapple to this orb. Pick up our gun here. Grapple back up. Okay, and now we're gonna head off to boss number 3, Positor. Positor has no collision, so we're just gonna do that to him. And the idea here is he has 4 cycles. We want to isolate him in the middle, so we're gonna close him off here. Every time he does that bobbing animation, that's him going under again. And this is where he'll pop out of the shell, and yeah, nasty looking fella.
He is creepy.
Alright, one more to close. And now he's isolated in the middle. And now he's gonna have way more health. And whatever that the liquid there will hurt us, so we can't use the same strat where we jump right in the middle. But that's it. That's the Positor down, and we're off to chapter 4. If you're familiar with Turok 1, this might look familiar to you.
It does.
Skip to that cutscene. Take that mandatory gunshot. I swear that was the same sniper in that movie, Enemy at the Gates, that shot Ron Perlman in the head. No matter how fast you are, that guy always shoots you.
Have y'all seen that movie?
Did that actually come out around the time that this did? I think it may have.
I'm not actually sure. I haven't seen it before. Remind me again what it was called?
Enemy at the Gates.
Enemy at the Gates. It is a 2001 film? A 2001 film, so yeah, not too far off.
Nice.
I'm gonna have to watch this after stream, I guess.
Orb?
I kind of lost count, but I feel like we're at 8. Okay, chat says 8.
Now we're gonna take a path that only the Raptor can do because of how far he can jump. I'm gonna grab that for safety. Don't really need it that much. I'm gonna take this little water tunnel. Alright, that is a very hard jump to do. It's pretty precise. And
Nice.
another orb right there, up to the secret area. Skip that cutscene. We're gonna grab the RPG. And we're gonna stand right here. And we're gonna draw out Gandalf.
You shall not
Who's looking very buff now, for some reason.
Gandalf's been working out.
So, once the cutscene ends, we draw him forward, and like that, he just falls for it easy.
Goodbye.
So we grab his, thankfully he drops an ultra health. And the key that we need to get through that gate. Temple of the Damned, this one has a lot of different strats depending on which character you're on. Raptor, of course, has it easy. He just goes over here. No other character can make that jump. That first jump, anyway. So yeah, that rocket that I fired was to take out the skylight here so that the scepter will be available.
Okay.
Which we actually don't need. We just need it to get through this first door. And the pyramid itself, we can just platform up it, but we slot it in anyway because we're going there anyway.
It's on the way.
Grab the Gem of Ice. The other thing I picked up, the PSG part, is not important. It's just in the way. Okay, and now another major skip right here. And you see I got the grapple out, so you probably know what's coming up. So thanks by the request of me, this was doable in the original N64 version. I asked Kaiser myself, I was like, hey, this is doable, can we have this? And thankfully he made the grapple way more snappy for us.
Well, that's very cool. That they listened, you know what I mean?
Yep. So now we have Fireborn, Alpha Fireborn. We're gonna shoot that lava spout. And here, hopefully we can get the one shot. There we go.
Nice. Fireworks for you.
Yeah, as I explained earlier, yeah, you want to throw it past him, and it'll do way more damage on the return. And then we're just going to have this elevator bonk us on the head to start it up instantly, and it has no collision on the bottom, so we just jump right through it. Drop in our 2 gems, and we wait for this bridge to lower. You want to wait about a second after the next message pops up, because the bridge currently has no collision. And there we go.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know why it shows Danielle in that cutscene. They don't have a stand-in for the Raptor. But we're off to chapter 5, which unfortunately probably the most boring chapter to me. There is a few skips that the Raptor can do that are really cool. That saves a massive amount of time.
Well, tell me about the mission. We're locating someone that's missing?
Right. So there's like this whole prophecy with the child is the key. That's like one phrase that keeps getting repeated.
Okay.
At the beginning of the game, Joshua, the protagonist of Turok 2, had this nightmare, and he kept trying to tell Daniel and Joseph, you know, that the child is the key. Look for the child. And so that's going to be a big reveal later.
Okay. Well, we won't spoil too much now.
But our goal, overall goal as Turok, well, rather as the Raptor, is to take out Oblivion. He's this great cosmic force that has been unleashed upon the universe, and he's very dangerous.
I guess that's where we get the title from, Shadow of Oblivion. So there you go.
Absolutely. Now, if this were the mainline event, this would be a donation reading time, because we have an auto scroller coming up that's fairly long.
Sure. Well, if you don't mind me asking, I know you mentioned that, you know, you took part of the playtesting for this. I'm kind of curious, like, what was that like, that initial playtesting like, compared to what the game turned out to be?
Well, the UI wasn't finalized, so it didn't look quite as crisp as it did, as it does now. There's still a few bugs here and there, of course, which we helped iron out. That was our job. It was me and like 3 other speedrunners from the Turok Discord. We're just bug hunting and trying to break it in any way possible, and we just report to them daily on their developer Discord.
Oh, nice. This came out last year, right? 2023?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Do they have any projects in the work that you're allowed to mention, or this is the most recent one they've worked on?
Oh, they're very active. They just announced The Thing remastered, you know, one of my all-time favorite horror movies.
Oh, wow. Have y'all seen The Thing? I want to be honest, Wolf. I tried to watch The Thing, the one with Kurt Russell. I couldn't finish it. It's too scary.
Yeah, I first watched that with my brother many years ago, and he had to cover my eyes a few times.
Aw. Does your brother know that you speedrun?
Yes. So here's a big skip right here. Every character can do this, but it's way more lenient with the Raptor. Danielle has to practically go all the way to the top, because she can't jump very far. So staging area has one major skip that only the Raptor can do. If this ladder will cooperate, I'm gonna get on this. Oh, see, it did it. It's doing this weird thing where it won't let me up. I'm stuck right now. Okay, are we gonna have to restart the area? Okay, that's definitely that's never happened before.
Oh, yeah, it's on trend tonight for Time Capsule, so you're doing okay.
Alright, so we made it across. Take out these two guys. Oh, I didn't hit the switch. Alright, getting the grapple out. And we're gonna do the same elevator trick there. And be ready, chat. We have 2 back-to-back coming up. There's orb. Orb. And that's the last of the orbs.
Alright, what was the final count, y'all? I definitely lost count.
Alright, after throwing this switch, we're gonna go to the boss arena with Oblivion. This is one of 2 bosses for the final level. So there's the child. Turns out it's a trap. He transforms into this.
Oh no!
So he'll smack us 3 times. And then we back up and...
That is no child.
We stun him and then just fire 2 rockets into that chest mouth, whatever that is.
Yeah, whatever that thing is, you know.
And then he goes through this recharge phase where his life bar fills back up and one of the right bars gets depleted. There's 2. Okay, this is bad RNG. We call this clampy hands, and followed by good RNG. That's the prayer hands. Okay, and then he's gonna go to another recharge. I actually didn't need that ammo. I don't know why I picked it up. Okay, and so one more phase of this. Let's see. Prayer hands, good RNG. Okay, he's down. Now the head's gonna become detached and crawl away, and it's going to infect Joshua, the protagonist from Turok 2. And unfortunately, we have to put him down.
No, Joshua. God, I miss him already.
Now on every other character, this part is a nerve check because that jump is quite difficult, but the Raptor makes it so easy. Yeah, some characters have to jump to the railing first. Okay, that guy blocked me. Have to jump onto the railing first and then over.
Oh.
Raptor has it really easy.
So you kind of prefer the Raptor to most of the other characters, I take it?
I actually prefer Joseph.
Oh,
but
okay.
When it comes to this final chapter, I definitely prefer Raptor.
That's
so
fair.
time is going to coming up really soon. Skipping this cutscene and crouch down, rocket to the face, and he's dead. And
Wow.
Time.
Wow, that blink and you'll miss it. Great job, Chaos Wolf. How are you feeling about the run?
Pretty good. We're going to check our... We actually go off of IGT, so we're going to go back to the load screen here.
Oh, okay.
2255. That is the IGT.
The double number strikes again. Very good job. Do you have any shoutouts, comments you want to make, Chaos? That was really great.
Yeah, shout out to the Turok Speedrun Discord. You can join us. You can go to speedrun.com/T3R, Turok 3 Remastered. There's a link there to join the Discord. If you want to learn any of these games, definitely, this is the easiest one to get to, by far, the easiest one. I'd like to thank Night Dive for letting me take part in this. If you haven't played this already, look for my name in the credits. I am listed as Chaos Wolf. Yeah, if you would like to follow me on Twitch, where I do speedruns, retro achievements, casual playthroughs, mainly FPS game focused, it's Chaos_Wolf. And yeah.
Awesome.
That's it.
Yeah, I put the link to Chaos Wolf's Twitch chat or Twitch channel in the Twitch chat. So yeah, make sure you follow if you had fun watching Turok 3. That was a really cool run. So thanks for showing it off. I appreciate it. But we are about to take a quick ad break, my friends. Don't forget though, GDQ's next all-women and femme speedrunning event, Flame Fatales, returns on August 18th and goes through the 25th. Volunteer applications are open from now until July 10th. You can use the command !FF in our Twitch chat to view the schedule and let us know what you're looking forward to the most. We will be right back with a speedrun of Deus Ex, so don't go. Hey there, welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. I'm your host, Smooth Operative, and you are watching Time Capsule. Now, our next runner was a guest on the show very recently, but this time he is in the hot seat, here to speedrun the cult classic Deus Ex. Please welcome Vahist. Hello.
Hello everyone, good morning. It is a lovely 6:18 in the morning where I am right now, which is it's a great time for some Deus Ex. Deus Ex is actually probably my most favorite speed game for various reasons, but mostly because there is a massive variety of speed tech and glitches that we do in the run.
We like that.
And I'll be trying to explain everything as we go. Before we begin, don't pay attention to the mountain of lockpicks here. We'll be seeing some other things as well. Since this is an RPG, first thing we have to do is create our character. We can actually do that before the time begins. And I am actually going to have everything set to untrained because right as the run starts, I'm going to be doing a skill duplication glitch.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So are we ready on time?
Absolutely. We're ready when you are.
Right. Okay. So let's go. 3, 2, 1, and now.
Let's go. Good luck.
Let's go. Thank you. Right. So immediately I'm gonna do a couple of saves and loads and openings of this menu. Save load, and then this allows me to spend my skill points. But then as I save and load, the game returns the skill points back to me, but I get to keep all the skills that I actually purchased with the skill points. This is a sort of like a slight optimization. This allows me to have master swimming and advanced heavy weapons right off the bat, and also sets me up for advanced rifles later on in the run. So this mission right here is sort of like a tutorial intro mission. We're supposed to go up there to the Statue of Liberty. To talk to the leader of the terrorists and, apprehend him, stuff like that. But actually, there's a little bit of a trick, a little skip that we're gonna do, which didn't work, but that's fine. Oh, wait, hold on a second. This save. So what we actually have to do is once we finish the quest, these doors that lead outside of the actual mission will open. However, since this is a very old game, NPCs can actually just open any doors they like, and if they can't open them, they will destroy them. And so by throwing that gas grenade in that specific area, we actually get the guard, the receptionist, to panic, and he's going to open the door for us, and that's how we skip the first mission. So that's usually the kind of trick. If you fail it, you just restart a run, which isn't really a thing you can do on marathons. So it's a little bit of a scary part for marathons.
But we got through it.
Yeah, it's amazing. So now this area, this is Y2K HQ. This is supposed to be sort of like our home base between missions that we will visit for the first act of the game to receive, new missions and equipment. Now, there's only one thing that I actually really need, and it's the throwing knives. And I got good RNG. I got 4 knives, which we will need for conversation skips, like here. So what I'm going to do with this knife is if an NPC gets damaged during conversation, the conversation is skipped and you don't have to do it again. And the throwing knives are actually really good for it because they fly rather slow. Now we got lucky before because when you pick the knives, we actually need 2 and you get randomly anywhere between 1 and 4. So we need at least 2. But if you get 1, there's a semi-consistent backup to get the second knife again, but then again it's not a big deal if we don't get the second knife because it only saves maybe 3-4 seconds total.
Okay.
So it's not a big deal, but it's a nice thing to have.
That's so funny though. It's just like this conversation is over. Throws a knife.
I mean, to be honest, if you were to throw a knife at someone IRL, I think the conversation would be over as well.
Oh no!
Really quickly.
Oh yeah, it
so
would.
Please don't do that.
Don't do that. No.
But yeah, I also picked up some other things as I was running to the boat. This is, by the way, the end of the first mission. I picked up some other things. Specifically, what I really need is candy bars. I need cigarettes and a mini crossbow. And all of these things we'll be using a lot. Now, this is our partner in crime, Anna. Anna really wants to talk to us, but if we jump past her, she actually cannot talk to us because if we are in the air, conversations do not trigger. We will actually be using that a bit later. Now, I'm gonna look to the ground to delay the start of this fight. Okay, so these NPCs don't block me. Because if I don't look at those NPCs, they just don't do anything. I'm gonna distract these NPCs. And now what I'm supposed to do is save the hostages in this subway station. But I can actually just leave. And that's it. Here's the second conversation. Skip with the knife. Done. Oh, I actually got the knife. Oh, because I have 4 knives. Yeah, now I understand. So now the run is gonna stop making sense for a little bit. We're gonna do like 3 or 4 tricks at the same time. But we'll get through it. Don't worry. I'll explain everything.
All right.
So first, what we're gonna do is this gentleman. 6549 is his code. I'm gonna pick up this thing over here, get my bazooka, the Gep gun, and now I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna save load to resurrect myself. That's called the Phoenix glitch. Go through the loading trigger, throw away my Gep gun, go back out. I'm gonna loot my body and loot these 2 things. Go back in, immediately kill myself with cigarettes, save load to resurrect myself, go back out, then back in again. And now, loot my body, get this thing, throw away the rocket launcher, sorry, the flamethrower. And by doing this, we have actually duplicated a couple of items in our inventory and also set up a glitch for later on. But first of all, I'm gonna do the lamb jump. Lovely. So what I actually did, you can actually see I have minus 200 health. And then now, if I use a healing item, the NPC is gonna get absolutely broken. They will not be able to see me. If I use a healing item, but my HP still remains below 0. You can actually see that these guys have absolutely no idea I'm here.
Oh, funny.
This is called the Dead Man Walking, and this sort of allows us to, stealth our way through the entire game. So we don't really have to deal with any NPCs, any combat, anything like that.
Nice.
Here I'm gonna grab some grenades, grab this thing over here, and whoops, yep, doors please, thank you.
So this persists through the whole run?
We have to reactivate it every time there's a load happening or a level transition. But yeah, we will be using this through the whole run. This is the last lamb jump of the run, because very soon we will get something better. And now we will just go to the helicopter here. And that is the end of this mission. So we will be going back to Y2K HQ.
That mission was an absolute trip. Wow.
yeah, there's a lot of things happening here. There's actually a couple more things that I've done that I haven't explained yet, but I'm going to explain them later because they will be more relevant later on.
Sure, yeah.
So yeah, back to Y2K HQ. I'm going to jump past the gentlemen so they don't talk to me. And now, the game is going to change pace pretty rapidly on this Y2K visit. We have picked up something in the last mission called an augmentation canister. And it's a story thing that sort of gives us like superhuman abilities, right? It's like nano machines.
Okay.
This specific one happens to be the only one we actually need for the entire run. And it is the leg augmentation. So I just activated a conversation so that I don't have to wait for it later on. And now I'm on a bit of a timer because I need to get back up the stairs before that gentleman blocks me. We have good RNG here. Install this. Wonderful. And now I'm going to be running really fast. So this is the leg augmentation. This gives us increased movement speed, increased jump height, and also... okay, never mind. And also fall damage reduction. This is Anna. I actually tried to block her with the flower because, otherwise she blocks me in the door. But if you block her first, you can actually, sneak past the door. And, it saves maybe 4 seconds.
Every second counts?
Yeah, exactly.
Chopper's ready, Agent.
And this augmentation is pretty strong on its own, but we will actually be glitching it even a little bit more in the next mission. It is really fun, trust me.
All right, I'm still trusting you.
Yeah. So in this next mission, I think there's 3 or 4 more tricks that we will be doing. The first one, I used to call it the elevator escape, but actually I heard from Heinke that the real name is the corpse drop. What I'm gonna do is jump in this elevator booth, this booth, which is a secret elevator. And if you destroy your body midair, when it falls down, it doesn't actually collide with anything. And that way we can skip anything that's not, permanent in the level. And so that way we can skip elevators and, things like that.
Okay.
And now, probably one of the most important tricks in the game. Oh, actually, let me reactivate this. Yep. So, there is gonna be door here, and the end of the mission is right past it. And I'm gonna use this grenade. I'm gonna crouch on it, and then I'm gonna save and keep loading and hope for the best. And that way I can clip through doors. So this is a grenade clip. There's actually several variations of this trick that we do throughout the run. This one was the single grenade clip, I guess is the appropriate name. And yeah, these things are actually really, really important. Now, bit of a problem, bit of a bad RNG now. We don't have any more rockets for the Geb gun, which is slightly unfortunate. The amount of rockets we have at this point is almost entirely random. Then again, we don't really need any more rockets at this point. It might be slightly unpleasant later on, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Sure.
So here, I'm gonna make a little bit of a detour. I'm gonna throw a grenade here. I would usually use a rocket here if I have one, but, you know, I don't have it. I'm gonna unlock this door. And what I'm getting here is one specific item. It's this, the Law.
Ooh.
The Law is a very overpowered rocket launcher. It destroys anything with the same zip code as your target, and it
Wow.
one-shots it. It's really good. But it's only single shot, so we can only use it once. However, we will also be able to glitch it multiple times throughout the run, but we need it for one trick, probably the hardest trick in the run, and that's near the end of the game. So you'll be just carrying it for the whole game. Now, one of the other fun tricks, the super jump. As I said, the speed augmentation, or like the light augmentation, gives us increased jump height. But if you go deep enough in the menu with the augmentation on, it actually reapplies the augmentation to you without first taking it, away the original thing. And so that way we can actually stack the effect. And so whenever I go to the menu, I get a stack. And usually 2 is what you need. Sometimes 1 is enough. And there's actually a couple of cases where you need 3. Now, what I did here, you could actually see that I shot the Law multiple times. When you shoot it, there's a short animation where your character, puts it away. If you leave the level before that animation is gone, you get to keep it. And so that's what I was doing. And back there, what I did is I killed the mission target. Destroyed the door, then the mission target, and then I also destroyed our colleague, Anna, who actually wanted to betray us and would be sort of annoying later on. This is something you don't necessarily have to do. There's a faster strat you can do if you let her live, but it's a very inconsistent strat because it requires her to manipulate her AI and stuff like that, and that's not really something I consider marathon safe. So,
Better to just get rid of her now.
yeah. Instead, she gets the rocket, yeah. So this is, I think, our last UNATCO visit, where we are actually still welcome here. This is also the shortest visit. All we have to do is jump through these doors to avoid one conversation, have a chat with our boss, now jump through these doors, and there we go, and then just leave. And now, there's a lot of story happening. Honestly, the story in this game is really good. Like, this game is absolutely worth a casual playthrough. At this point, we are slowly starting to understand that not everything is as it seems. Some things are wrong. And our brother actually has been labeled a terrorist as well. And so instead of going to Hong Kong and finishing our mission, we're gonna check on our brother to see what's his side of the story.
Okay, seems like a good idea.
Yeah. But unfortunately, we're gonna glitch the mission as well. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna finish his mission before he even gives it to us.
Oh, wow.
So I'm gonna... I got a stack of super jump there. It also increases the fall damage reduction. So that is very convenient. Quick jump here. These doors open only after the conversations with our brother. But because of super jumps, I was able to skip it. I just realized. One thing I wanted to mention: the dead man walking thing. It has one little drawback, and that is any single 1 point of damage instantly kills me now.
Oh, yeah.
So I have to be really careful about fall damage, environmental damage, even like things that give you 1 damage, instant death. This computer is Napoleon Revolution. Napoleon is with one L. Napoleon. There we go. So now we have completed his mission. Hold on. Are we okay? Yeah, good. Yeah. That NPC over there was talking to me a little bit more than I'm used to. Alright, gets the one stack here. So now we finished our brother's mission. And now, another really fun part of the run. We used to have something called the glitchy save. Fortunately, we don't do those anymore. We instead have something similar called the empty save. It's essentially the same thing. And if we use this empty save, we can actually stop the game from executing scripts, which is going to come very handy in the next mission. We're going to go to our brother. I'm going to prepare my cigarettes because I want to strategically kill myself. I'm going to line myself up, trigger the right conversation, immediately kill myself, use the empty save. And now we are in the prison, but the game wants to take our items away from us. Because I used the glitchy save, I was able to stop that script from executing, and I get to keep all of my items. I can do a grenade clip to immediately escape prison, and now we're just running away. And so that is this section essentially done. Now, here quickly, I'm gonna have to... this is the section that actually changes if you let the colleague live, because you would have to defeat her at the end of this level. But since she's not here, we can just talk to this gentleman. He's going to give us the key to the doors that lead outside. And we can just leave. So that is essentially this act of the game done. Open the doors.
Okay, yeah, nicely done.
Thank you. One more thing that I probably should mention is the speed augmentation. Requires bioelectric energy. It's sort of like a mana kind of thing. And to replenish that, we need biocells. Now, usually you collect those from the world, but, you know, we need a lot more than the game can actually provide. And so I'm doing a duplication glitch as I'm running that allows me to have virtually limitless amounts of biocells and also candy bars. Candy bars I'm actually using for the dead man walking glitch. Because medkits would work as well, but candy bars heal you for a lot less, and so you can use a lot more of them before you would actually return back to positive HP. So here was another clip. I'm gonna quickly duplicate some things. There we go. I'm full now. I'm also gonna duplicate medkits, why not? So this is the Hong Kong area of the run. We are actually on our way to immediately finish the last mission in the game. Sorry, in the game. What am I saying? In the act, in this section. The game sort of gives up at this point, because, you know, before the NPCs sort of react to when you don't do certain things. But at this part of the game, they, you know, if you do remember all the codes, which as a speedrunner you have to, you can actually just go here and, you know, do whatever you like. And then, you know, characters we don't really know canonically yet start talking to us like we're friends, like Tracer Tong, for example. And yeah, there's a bit of a sequence break, really. What we have to do here is, or like the main quest of this section of the game is to destroy the Universal Constructor that is hidden below Hong Kong. But actually what we really have to do is just touch the trigger that is at the end of the level. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clip myself through these doors. Nice. And I'm gonna go here. This thing here below me is the Universal Constructor. I'm gonna just have to quickly reload my rocket launcher. And now I'm gonna do the corpse drop trick. I'm gonna fall through this whole thing. Immediately drop here to the end area of this level. And now I just need to leave and we're done. That's it. Yeah. And now... this is where the fun begins. Okay, that's the alligator. Because we have a bit of a problem. We have just finished the main quest of this story arc, but we don't have any NPC to turn the quest to. Because the game knows we haven't done the prerequisite quest. And so if we get too close to that NPC, the game deletes him. And so a couple of years ago, what you would actually do is just quickly go to an area that's neighboring this area and finish the actual quest. But since then, we have discovered something pretty drastic. that allows us to skip that entire thing. I'm just gonna quickly jump here. So there's a bit of a thing, it's an optimization thing in the game that prevents the game from deleting objects that were rendered less than 5 seconds ago. You know, because the game assumes it might still want to render those objects, and so it keeps them in the world. So what we're gonna do is, in that area with that NPC, we're gonna clip out of bounds, we're gonna forcibly render that NPC, and then we have to run and get to that NPC within 5 seconds. And that is a massive trick. Sorry, hold on, I just have to focus here to do the right loads. Because, you know, quite often, like here, for example, you actually get the trick and then you don't realize and you reload, so you have to do it again. There we go, yeah. So right here, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna clip out of bounds. I think that's... Oh, there we go. Now that over there is the NPC we want to render. Clip back in, go here, open the doors, and this NPC is back here, still here. This is the NPC that would be lost if we didn't do this thing. Now, it's absolutely, it blows my mind that this trick exists, because in this game, if you go out of bounds, you die. The game deletes you. So if we were to, you know, clip anywhere else, it wouldn't work. But as far as we know, that level is the sole exception to that rule, and it allows us to clip out of bounds. It is just mind-blowing that the only area where we actually are able to utilize out of bounds for some reason is the only area where it's, you know, possible. So that is this section of the game.
That is wildly
It is, I know, right? And I don't even understand how this was found out. Because, you know, it was sort of universally accepted that out of bounds is not a thing. Yet, yeah.
Right.
How do you know?
And
That's so funny.
I still don't think we know exactly why that out of bounds is legal. I think that, you know, it's more than likely like a developer mistake, something like that.
Oh, yeah, probably.
They forgot to enable a flag, something like that. But, you know, I don't complain. So now, here I have to talk to this gentleman. This is just, you know, a talking section of the game. I'm going to make a save. Okay, empty save to skip the conversation. A normal quick load to spawn Jock. And this is the end of this section. So now coming up is the ship section, the Brooklyn shipyards, where we're supposed to sink a ship with this sort of virus thing. There's another trick that I've been doing sort of secretly for the entire run. See, the thing is, we would really like to use the law in that ship section. The thing is, we really don't have any level load trigger anywhere nearby, and so we can't duplicate the law in the same way we would normally do. However, the game actually caches some items for you based on when you pick them up. So there I'm gonna kill myself, and now when I go through the load level trigger, I actually get some items back, including the law. Now, which items are and are not cached is, it's not random, it's deterministic, but it varies really wildly. And so what I've been doing for this entire run is I've been picking items up in a very specific order that I know will give me the law at this point. The law and a couple other items that I actually need, like, you know, candy bars, biocells, stuff like that. Here I'm gonna...
So that's like pretty normal for the
It is, yeah. It's not even like that inconvenient, honestly. Because, you know, once you get used to the route, you just do it subconsciously and you don't really even think about it. Right, so here we are in the lower section of the ship. We need to destroy 5 weld points. So this is just a lot of running around, you know, shooting our bazooka. You know, places like there, for example. Here I'm gonna have to do Kazao Captain. This sort of reverses the bilge pumps so that the water is going in instead of out. And now there's another weld point over there. I think I missed it. Bear with me, that's fine. There we go. If you get the little screen shake, that means we actually got it. Now I'm gonna use the law to shoot over there. And that should... There we go. I think we got the little screen shake. So we got the most distant weld point, and now we just have to destroy the one last remaining one, which is hidden in this area over there. And we should get an alarm. There we go. And that confirms that we did everything correctly. And now we just have to escape the ship. Now, there used to be a really inconvenient thing here where this ship would shake as you like leave the level. But, oh, whoop. Hold on. Everything is okay. Don't even worry about it. Yep, good. Yeah, I ran out of energy. Would you believe that?
Oh no. I'm running out of energy just watching you do this.
Okay, there we go. Good. Yeah. I was really surprised. Why am I not jumping? What's wrong? What's happening? Oh yeah, I just didn't watch my energy. That's fine. Yeah.
You got it.
So yeah, the ship sinking could actually like throw you off completely randomly, and a different runner actually told me that you can use the glitchy save at the beginning of that level to just stop that script completely. And since then, that level is a breeze because that could just randomly mess you up, which isn't really pleasant in this game. In this game, if you make a mistake, you're losing minutes usually. It's not like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. It's full-on minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So here we actually, once again, finish a mission before we even get it, which is why we have just duplicated Jock, our helicopter chauffeur, because the Jog that takes us away spawned before the Jog that took us in had the time to leave. So this is this section. Many of these levels have this like long cutscene at the end where you're just like leaving into the sunset. This cutscene is the longest one as far as I know. It's just Jog just calmly, looking left. Ah, no, I'm gonna go right. No, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna go that way, and just like calmly leaves in a helicopter.
Oh my god.
So now we're in Paris. Paris is I think one of my favorite sections in the game, except for the one that's coming now, which is the Catacombs. Catacombs is usually in the story, in a casual playthrough, it's a rather long section of the game, but in a speedrun, all we have to do is just clip through 2 doors. And I have thrown so many runs on those doors. I have lost so much time. So these are the first doors. Let's see. Okay, no, you know what? Hey, that's great. Second try on the load. Wonderful. Let's see about the second doors. Don't get lost. No, there we go. Let's see. This looks less good. I might have to redo the setup. We'll see. No. Yes, I will have to redo the setup. No, I won't. No, good.
Okay.
It's fine.
Oh, we're good.
And the thing is, it's I don't want to say it's random, but it kind of is. If it clips you or not. You can heavily help the RNG so that it clips you more often, but in the end, you really are, at the mercy of the game. So here we have to talk to Nicolette, which is a secret Illuminati French lady. She is, of course, in a nightclub. So here I'm gonna unlock these doors, and now I have to quickly go find her and talk to her, because all the NPCs in this club will actually start panicking after like 5 seconds after I blow up those doors. And if Nicolette starts to panic before I get the chance to talk to her, I will have to wait out her entire panicking animation, which is like a minute, before I can actually talk to her.
What?
So yeah, but we got it.
Panic for a full minute. Nice.
Yeah, so that is the Paris section. Now we're moving to Chateau de Claire, the sort of manor of this lady we just talked to. And this right here is probably the most recent change of the route, because we used to go inside the manor to get a metal box, and then use that metal box to get a better clip to the end of the level. Now, since then, something different has been discovered, and it's really, really funny. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna line myself up fairly precisely. I'm gonna line my grenade also precisely. I'm gonna throw 2 grenades. I'm gonna die because I didn't do it properly. Please tell me I made a save. I did. I'm gonna reline myself up a little bit. We're gonna call that RNG manipulation. I'm gonna die again. I'm gonna try to line myself to the other side. I'm gonna do the 2 grenades again. I'm not gonna get the clip. Don't worry, it's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna try. There we go. First try. Yeah. So that.
Okay.
I was just gonna say this is probably the single most consistent clip, and it is if you do it properly, which I apparently have not, but that's fine. Yeah,
made it work.
it's working in
You
the
made it
end. That's
work.
fine. So now we're in the cathedral section of the game. We need to find a computer and hack into it. But right next to the computer is a boss battle. There is Gunther Herman, one of our former colleagues, waiting for us. So I hope you're ready for some truly epic boss fight. Because it's gonna be, oh boy, is it gonna be epic.
I think
you
I'm
ready?
ready. I
Okay.
think Chad is ready.
So Gunther is coming. The boss fight is coming. He's dead. 3, 4, 1. Oh, wait.
What?
So yeah, I just shot a rocket at him and he's dead.
You are playing some tricks on me, Vice.
So there's actually one of the common donation incentives we do called the Laputin machine, because most of the bosses in this game actually have a kill phrase. So you don't have to actually fight them. If you find a kill phrase, you can just say it, and the boss fight is essentially skipped. For Gunther, it is Laputin machine, and it is fairly easy to do. For Anna, it is Flatlander Woman, and it is nearly impossible to do in a speedrun. We have to not use any glitch saves or empty saves, because that just completely prevents the game from us being able to do that. So another section of the game, which is gonna clip to the end. Classic. This was probably a little too early. We'll see. As you can see, I'm dying a lot, and that is because I end up slightly out of bounds. Oh, I got it. I still got it. If I end up slightly out of bounds, the game actually kills me. Which is why it's, so interesting that the Hong Kong thing actually worked. I'm gonna reload the save here, just to get rid of sort of like some bad states in the game. And now, the next area of the game usually is pretty long, but we have another really cool trick to skip the entire thing. So what we're gonna do, right as the loading appears, I'm gonna open my skill menu. I'm gonna skill my rifle as high as I can. I'm gonna equip my assault rifle, line myself up, and then I'm gonna shoot at that mountain over there. And that's the end of the level. So, what happened? There is an end level trigger right there that is the only level trigger that's active, actually. So if you collide with it, the level ends. So what we used to do is run below that trigger and jump into it, but you can actually just shoot it. Now, it is super precise, because that trigger is really like 1 pixel by 1 pixel. It is ridiculously precise. Which is why we level up the assault rifle and also empty an entire magazine into it, and then hope that it works. So here,
it's pretty cinematic. I like it.
Here we have to rescue this hostage, this lady down there. So we're gonna give her a grenade to help her. She unfortunately died, but that happens. And we're just gonna leave the mission. So this was a hostage rescue mission, but the thing is, the story progresses even if you fail the mission, and so it's just way faster to just kill the hostage than to actually rescue her. So this is a little dark, in all honesty, but hey, that's speedrunning.
Yeah,
that's
that
just
is speedrunning,
yeah,
for sure.
So we are slowly nearing the finale of the game. Here I'm actually gonna have to do 3 stacks of super jump. As I said, there's 2 instances where we actually need 3 stacks, and this is one of them. The other one is coming up soon. And yep, gonna get right here. And now, do you know the song from the 90s by the Weather Girls?
It's Raining Men?
That's right, it's Raining Men.
Oh no. I feel tricked again. What the heck?
You're the first person to actually guess the song. Because everybody's like,
yo, let's
the
go.
Weather Girls, what are you talking about? How old are you? Yeah.
I didn't realize that was a 90s song, though. I thought it was, like, older than that.
You know what? Actually, it might be. I thought it was, like, early 90s.
Let's consult with Google, shall we?
I'm just going to be hacking some computers. Well, hacking. Is it really hacking if you have the password and the login? There we go.
1983.
83. Wow. That's my world has been shattered. Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh. I like music. What can I say?
I mean, 80s has some really quality music. Okay, I'm just gonna clip through these doors. Now, there's a bit of a potentially funny section. Oh, wow. I didn't get the clip. Hold on. I'm gonna redo the setup. That's normal. That happens. Let's see. There we go. I did get the clip now. So there's a bit of a potentially funny section of the game or room. This code is 5690. There's lightning in the next room, and it can randomly kill me, and there's nothing I can do about this. Because, as I said, single point of damage, death. No, we're good, Good RNG. Normally, I would also clip through those doors over there, but, you know, the key for it is literally right here. So I might as well, you know, just get the key and do it the absolutely consistent way, which is just to unlock the doors. So now we just need to be getting deeper. There's another universal constructor hidden in this underwater base. I'm gonna open these doors for later. And I'm gonna turn on this elevator, do another corpse drop, to skip this elevator. Really important, disable this grenade. Otherwise, it will essentially soft lock me for later. That happened to me once I was on a PvP base as well. That was shattering.
Oh,
yeah. 2 stacks of super jump. Get up here. Get this computer. This is MJ12 Skywalker. That. Now, a slight fact about this. What's happening now? There's an infilling running at the top of the screen. If this infilling gets interrupted or it doesn't have enough time to play out completely, the game soft locks completely. So I'm just gonna wait a little bit to be absolutely sure that it played out. Because if you don't let it play out, the world state doesn't progress, and that's a disaster. I'm gonna get 3 stacks of super jump. I'm gonna skip this elevator again. Wonderful. And now we are on the bottom of the ocean. So of course the most reasonable thing we can possibly do is
I'll see it.
Clip in the water, of course. There's I don't even know that there's no light above. Oh, by the way, sorry, this is a really fun fact. This area, even though it's underwater, originally when they were developing the game, this was supposed to be the moon.
Whoa.
Like this is a moon crater and, you know, like a moon station. But then, as they were developing the game, they realized, you know, it doesn't really fit the pacing of the game. And so they just put it underwater, you know, reuse
that kind of makes sense.
It does, it really does, yeah. So now I'm just gonna jump into the water, and we're just gonna be swimming for a little bit to go to Jock and go to Area 51, the last section of the game. Now, coming up is the most difficult trick of the run. The reason why I've been carrying the green rocket launcher this entire game. Essentially what's happening is that the next level, there's, you know, you have to go through a set of underground tunnels, but actually, if you manage to kill the boss of the level, Jock, the helicopter, spawns and you can leave the level. Now, okay, I gotta... Oh, this might be something... Are we good? Now we're fine.
How long?
So what I'm gonna do in the next level is a very precise shot, because I'll be shooting down an elevator shaft, essentially, and I need to hit a very specific section of the wall so that the blast still reaches that boss. And as a bonus, I won't be able to see where I'm shooting because I will be shooting through doors. See, the thing with Law is the rockets spawn a short distance in front of you. So this is the doors that I'll be shooting through. I'm gonna line myself up based on these pixels. We'll see. This looks about right. No, that did not work. Let's see. There we go.
Nice.
Right, and so this gives the entire level, and it is ridiculously precise, and also different launchers for the game and different texture packs are allowed. And if you use a different texture pack, the lineup changes completely. So that's
Oh, I bet.
that's
That's
sort of
wild that you
pumping.
can even use a different texture pack at all. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really help with the run, and this game is fairly old, so might as well allow that. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Clip through these doors. So now we are actually reaching the end of the game. Area 51 has 4 sectors. This is Sector 1. But actually, we will never see Sector 4, because we will be able to end the game just from Sector 3. So this is Sector 2. I'm just gonna run here, make sure I don't die from this lightning. I'm gonna get a second stack of super jump. Jump here. Now I'm gonna clip through these doors. Let's see. There we go. And in a normal speedrun, which this actually is, this is the last trick of the game, essentially. It's the last clip.
Okay, here we go.
There's gonna be one more trick coming up, but the time will actually be coming up very soon. How's the time looking? Oh wow, it'll be really underestimate. Wow.
You've been breezing through this. I don't know if you know.
So the thing is, as I said, if you make a mistake, you're losing minutes, and so
Right.
I usually feel a lot more confident with a bit more generous estimate. So hopefully I'm not making a mess of your schedule.
No, you're completely fine. I have no schedule. I'm here for y'all.
Awesome. So now we're gonna have to talk to that technician over there. Like, okay, karma. Okay, yeah, that
Oh
Yeah.
no.
yeah. You know what? Don't worry, it's fine.
That's fine.
So
That's fine, Chad.
I hope you enjoyed the elevator. As I was saying, if you make a mistake, you're losing minutes. So yeah, that gentleman over there, he wants to talk to us, but I really don't want to talk to him, so I would like to shoot him with a rocket launcher. It saves 2 seconds, 3 seconds, something like that. But yeah, if you do happen to miss the shot, yeah, it's worse. All right, okay, bit of a deja vu. I'm gonna have to eat a candy bar so that this little spider down here doesn't eat me. Code is 2001. So I'm gonna take a little bit more time to aim properly. Lovely. And now this button actually ends the game, but there's a cover, which means we have to finish a quest before this button becomes, clickable. However, there is a very small gap beneath the cover, so we can just press it anyway, and that's time.
Wow. GG.
Thank you. I mean, so what was the final time? 41 something.
Richard, do you have the final time?
What?
Yeah. 41:35. There
Amazing.
we go.
That's good. It's yeah, I think my PB in real time is maybe like 36. It's below 36. So 41. It's okay. We've made some mistakes.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, like, my head is completely spinning. Like, that was so cool to witness.
There's a lot of, one of the, like, as I said, I really love the speedrun of this because you get to try a lot of things. You do clips, you do, pixel perfect shots, you do entire level skips, you have to remember codes, passwords, logins. So there's like a speed typing element to it as well. There's just so much. And I really recommend, if anyone is interested in trying out the speedrun of this game, give it a shot. Because in all honesty, it is not a difficult run to learn. It is, compared to, other games that are, for example, really movement heavy, there is barely any movement in this game. And so all you have to do is just, get to a hurdle, overcome that hurdle, and just move to the next hurdle, and stuff like that. So it is actually, it's a very pleasant speedrun to learn.
So would you say that the community is like pretty welcoming of new runners and stuff like that?
I would like to give a shout out to this Deus Ex speedrunning community because they are a group of like some of the best human beings I've ever met. Because Deus Ex is actually the first game I started speedrunning years ago, and it was my the first taste of how welcoming the speedrunning communities are. because the Deus Ex community is really wonderful. So yeah, big shout out to them. I would also like to give a shout out to the Deus Ex randomizer community. This game has a randomizer and it's really good. And the randomizer devs actually helped us speedrunners a lot to, disassemble the game, understand how the game works, and understand why trick works, which is very important in speedruns.
Oh yeah, that's cool that they are involved with that as well. Do you have any other comments or shoutouts you want to give, Vahis, before we wrap up?
Maybe a small shout out I would give to the Speed Fam, which is our extended family of speedrunning friends that we do stuff together all the time. But yeah, hey, thanks for having me. It's always fun to be here.
Thank you so
it was
much.
fun during Human Revolution, so I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, it was funny because after that run, we were talking about Deus Ex, and I was like, well, Vahis, we're going to have to get you on the show, and here you are.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Literally 4 weeks later, yeah.
I know, it's wild.
Yeah.
Well, listen, y'all, if you want to see more Deus Ex and maybe some other games, make sure you follow Vahis here on Twitch. The link is provided for you here at the top of the Twitch chat. But before we break, I do want to invite everyone watching to join the official GDQ Discord. If you join our server and add yourself to the Hotfix role, you'll be able to keep tabs on upcoming Hotfix events, chat with staff and showrunners, and more. So if that sounds fun to you, type !Discord in our Twitch chat for the invitation. Thank you again so much, Vahis. We will be right back with our final run tonight, friends, and it is the Operative No One Lives Forever. Alright everybody, welcome back to the GDQ Hotfix. I'm your host, Smooth Operative, and you are watching Time Capsule. We are on games from the year 2000 tonight, and I am incredibly excited to introduce our final run of the evening. Here to speedrun The Operative No One Lives Forever, please welcome Devark.
Hello everyone, and good morning or good evening, depends on where you are.
Yes.
Yeah, welcome to the final run of Time Capsule. It is No One Lives Forever. This is one of the best games that was made on the Liftech engine. And the Liftech engine is really fun because it has a bunch of stupid tricks and no clipping, for example, that you can do. And it's going to be quite a fun run. And with me, I have one of the other runners, Mike Max.
Hello. Good morning for Europeans and good evening for all the others.
Good morning. Thank you for joining.
Yes, thank you for joining us, Mike.
So yeah, we'll see quite a lot of tricks, clips, funny dialogues from 60s humor, and yeah, I don't think we should waste any more time.
All right.
We could get started in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Good luck.
First scene of the game.
Luck.
Thank you. First scene of the game was that cutscene, and we skipped that immediately. There are gonna be a few things happening which you will not understand right now, but you will understand in a moment. That was a clip that we did. It's an object clip that we did with a quick save, quick load, and we'll see it in the next level, because this level is just a training, but you're not needed to do the training. So that was the whole training. Mike, if you can explain object clipping here in Morocco Scene 1, that would be awesome.
Oh, basically, we have two states for doing this clipping, and we usually call it semi-clip and full clip. So when you crouch, usually between, like I did here with the table, when you crouch between geometries, you get what is called a semi-clip that allows you to kinda go through walls. So you cannot really clip through, you can see through like you see in here. You see over the walls, but you cannot go into it. But with the semi-clip, you can go in other geometries, mostly diagonal geometries, I will say, that allows you to go full clip, so you can go through most of the walls. I'll say most because sometimes you just get into some other objects that makes you unclip, or you just fall out of bounds, so many problems with that.
Yeah, there are a bunch of random geometry that can just unclip you for really just seemingly random reasons. And the other kind of clip that you are seeing right now that I'm doing is called a people clip. it's used by done by clipping by people, and basically the game doesn't check collision for some reason when you when people walk through you, and if you crouch, the moment the NPC walks through you and you let go of it and start running, you will go full clipping immediately. So you don't, so you are not in this weird semi-clipping state where you can really just only see through walls. And yeah, there's a different kind of clip as well with people clipping, because that was just a regular full clip, but there is also something called a crouch clip that we did to get outside of here, because we are not supposed to be here. As you can see, this car doesn't have collision, for example, and we can just see the ambassador. We're gonna do a trick here called mic jump. Mike Max made this jump. It's kind of dumb. Okay, I got it. It's really just saves a handful of seconds and is really difficult to do. So here we'll play the cutscene twice. It's gonna be important in a moment. So see, this is another people clip setup. And another cool attribute to full clipping is that when you go and pick up ammo from enemies, the ammo gets duplicated for some reason when you're clipping.
Twice as much.
Twice as much, okay. Yeah, I was not sure on the exact amount, but basically that. So we loaded the cutscene in the beginning of this level, because in this level we need to kill these guys, but we also need to defuse bombs, and we will need to traverse through the whole level like there. But there's the box outside, and we need to aim peculiarly. Because the game doesn't dynamically spawn the enemies, but instead just spawns them outside in that box, and we can just come out of bounds and shoot them like this. So this will take a bit of time, because you need to kill quite a handful of people, and even though they are duplicated, we will be here for a while, and it can just go randomly. Also, what you saw in yeah, also really dangerous.
Nice.
This was really fast,
Whoa.
actually.
World record pace.
Yeah,
Basically.
I don't remember that one.
So yeah, what you saw in Morocco 1, where I was constantly flashing the fail state, is something called fail skip. And fail skip is basically there are some things that make you fail during a mission, for example killing a civilian, or in Morocco 1 it was the ambassador dying, because the ambassador exists twice in that level, and the first ambassador died, and if you rapidly quick save and quick load when the fail state occurs, there is a chance that you skip the fail state and you can just continue normally without any issues.
Oh, okay.
Another cool trick for damage cancelling, it just works with regular quick save quick loading. And we have a funny interrogation scene here, but unfortunately we'll have to skip it.
We don't have time for that.
No.
We don't have time for no interrogations. Okay, pull up the car and we'll see something interesting, something you might know from other games, namely from Counter-Strike, called surfing, and we'll surf up this surface quite slowly.
Yeah, the slopes push you in the opposite direction, basically.
Yeah, and we are out of bounds now, essentially. Mike doesn't like to call this out of bounds, but it is technically out of bounds, because you're not supposed to be here. So yeah.
Is it though out of bounds? Like...
It is, it is.
I don't know. What do y'all think? Are we out of bounds here?
I mean, there's the
in
edge
my
of the
opinion,
world.
no.
You can't even run into here. So, yeah, have a debate on that. Yeah, we'll say a better example of semi to full clipping, so object clipping, right now, because we use a vase to clip through this giant building. You'll see in a moment. And I have a coin at hand, which is really handy for the run, because we can manipulate people with this set coin by throwing it in set directions. So that's the gate that we'll skip. But there's another one that we'll skip, but that can just fail randomly. So, right now, I'm strafe running, tap crouch, semi-clip, let go of strafing, full clipping. and hopefully it will work. The first door is really lenient, but the second door can just throw you under the whole level, and you might need to restart, but I mean, there is a...
It was really a pain back in the days. Now it's way more consistent because there were so many legends about how to clip, like flickering the mouse, watching down, watching up. Nothing worked really.
Yeah.
It's just random.
Yeah, it always
Yes.
seemed a little random. Good job.
Okay. Yeah. So we have these debriefings now. This will happen from now on in all of the levels, or before all of the levels. But we don't need debriefings. We are perfect spies already, so we just skip all of these. Like actually all of them. There is one that we kind of don't skip, but there is still something that speeds up in there. So we are we are in Berlin now, and I got the worst possible position for this guy. Okay, I got the flip first try. That's... I was saying
for that guy.
Yeah, there are 3 positions, and this is the fastest, but the worst for a marathon, for example, because this is the one that can just mess up the easiest. And if we are really unlucky, hopefully we're not. Okay, seems like we're not. In this scene we need to be unnoticed, or else this scene gets really difficult. We need to kill basically everyone then. And
Nice.
yeah,
Very nice.
we're through it. This was a bit of a breather that we're through this, because yeah, this can just go horribly wrong.
Definitely. Yeah, good job.
Okay, another semi-clip on that door. That door has weird geometry, so there are a lot of edge cases in this game where there are just really weird geometry that works just in that one spot and only there. So throw the coin there, clip like this, and pass through them.
I wanna really specify that after you get a semi-clip, you cannot release any button you're pressing. So if you are strafing right, you cannot release a strafe, or you're gonna lose your semi-clip and you cannot get a
Yes,
full
that is really important. You cannot release any movement keys during clipping. Okay, and nice. We're coming up to scene 3, and we'll see yet another new trick in a moment with the lipstick bomb.
Oh yeah, the lipstick bomb.
Yeah, it's really good for doing jumps. We need to kill those 2 guys before we head here though, and we do a lipstick jump. Okay, need to jump up again. So there is a weird thing about this game, is that it kind of stores your jumps even though you quick save. So if you are in a weird position, you can just keep jumping even though you've just loaded a quick save. So that's just really weird. Okay, so this guy moved away. We need to jump on this really precisely, and yeah, nice. And we are saving Otto Schenker now, the scientist who knows stuff, basically.
And
we're
really
going to
loves
some
get
store.
kidnapped, by the way. He's always the guy who gets kidnapped in our organization.
Yeah, so we will be saving him a handful of times during the run. This is the first occurrence. And we need to be really careful here, because we are not killing any other people. And for example, that guy is just straight looking onto us, and it can be a pain to get through him, but fortunately marathon luck is with us today, and we are not stuck.
Definitely. Gosh, and it's funny because like doing the inputs when you're clipping, it's like it is really, really tough. So you're doing really great.
Thank you.
It's one of those games where... No, wait. There's something cool in here, I explain.
Yeah,
Go for it.
so there's this chair in here, and if you double jump like that, in a specific way with a crouch jump, you can jump up to the cockpit. Go on, Mike.
No, I was saying that, that's why I wanted to explain the semi-to full, like, you need to hold it. It looks easy, but input-wise, it's very painful. Like, at the end of the run, you are tired.
Yeah. Yeah, it was... when I was derusting, I kind of forgot about the rule that you cannot, you need to stop releasing keys and start like strafing, for example. I was like, oh yeah, we can go faster if I start strafing, and I lost my clip.
Oh yeah, that
Totally threw me off guard. Yeah, we have a bit of a breather here, so Mike, if we can explain some story, for example, or...
Yeah, I'm very up for it. Our name is Kate Archer, and in my opinion, we are the best spy in the world. We work for Unity, that is an international organization, a secret one, of course. And we discovered that there is a terrorist organization called HARM that is unfortunately murdering all our colleagues and friends, especially. In Morocco, they killed, question mark, spoiler, Bruno. That is it's our man, it's the guy we work with. And so we start a hunt trying to find who is behind this organization. And we get some information that leads up to a guy named Volkov, that in typical fashion is like the Russian evil man, like in the old spy movies.
Yes.
They kidnap Otto. We try to go save Otto. And we discover also another guy called Armstrong that we are gonna meet a little bit later.
Yeah,
and nothing. We just stole a parachute, and that guy is fine, I promise.
Yeah, that guy is definitely fine. Okay, we're going back to sleep because it's morning still.
Kate is lucky.
Yeah, Kate is lucky. Okay. So yeah, we're back to regular gameplay. This is Rendezvous in Hamburg. This is a bit of a tight scene because we need to be really fast because we sneaked into this nightclub and we're not supposed to, you know, just come in like this. But we'll clip through the aquarium behind the guy's back, basically. And yeah, we just need to get that letter from his table and that's it.
Always love the nightclub. Such a vibe.
Yeah.
Yes. That was a new trick, by the way, the clipping down, I think.
Is it?
I mean, to TP it should be.
I just was bad at it and couldn't do it.
Ah,
so that's why I never did it.
No, I mean, there is a new way of doing it. Well,
Okay,
new,
yeah.
somewhat new way of doing it, which is consistent. And yeah.
Nice.
Also, I don't think it was about you being back. That clip was really annoying for everyone. It's something is wrong with that clip.
Yes, it was really annoying for me as well, but I kind of figured out a way to do it consistently.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Okay, so there is or there are gadgets in this game, of course, for you know, typical spy movie fashion, and you can choose your equipment for all the levels, but we have not used that feature of the game so far, but now we will start using it because, for example, we get the impact to jump through that fence right at the beginning.
Very clean.
No crash, let's go.
Yeah, it's a really rare crash, for example. Yeah, Liftek is just notorious for crashes, glitches. No one is forever can do graphical glitches as well that can go away with an alt tab, but if you don't know that it can go out with an alt tab, you can just be stuck confused what's going on your screen. Yeah, this is the timed grenade. This is the same as the impact, but it just detonates later. And we have this bomb here. We need to activate these bombs, but you need to progress through the whole level, and that's kind of boring. So instead, there is this cutscene. You see this exact bomb that we used, and this bomb can be activated an infinite amount of times, so you can just complete the scene immediately, like this.
You can complete the scene multiple times, by the way. You get the objective success multiple times if you keep pressing.
Yeah.
You can overwin. The most annoying lipstick jump now.
Yeah, this is the one of the highest jumps, and Yeah, okay.
Easy.
First try. Everything is going suspiciously too well. Okay, so we punch the container there to alert the guy, and for some reason the guy just starts running at you, and you can get a people clip immediately. We shoot the ground a bit, so that these two guys show up, because they can be a big annoyance. And yeah, I mean, in AI in this game sometimes it's just dumb and doesn't see you, so you can just go past people really easily sometimes.
We'll take it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is also because we are playing on easy difficulty, and on Super Spy it would be much more different.
I don't
We
even wanna...
don't speedrun that difficult.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to
difficulty,
think about
so,
Super Spy.
Yeah, like, this is the fun stuff. Super Spy, I think, would be just annoying.
The other thing is not even that they are smarter, they just deal more damage, so...
I think they spot you better as well, right?
You think? I don't know, I didn't try a run with that difficulty.
Yeah, me neither.
We are speedrunner, we go for easy, who cares?
Yeah, this one's hard enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in here, we try to get a semi-clip and get a full clip on this pipe. Yeah, okay. Third time's the charm. And we have a cigarette lighter in our hands right now, which will become useful later on. I mean, it works as a lighter, but if you switch functionality, it works as a welder, basically. And you can weld up blocks. And that's useful sometimes in the run. And we just shot a valve so that the water level increases here, and we can jump and signal this radio. So we have a colleague called Agent Goodman who is helping us, and he blew up the boat on us, or yeah, basically. And yeah, we had to escape that boat. That was this whole previous level.
Yeah, the thing was, if you're not gonna be back in time, I'll just explode everything for safe.
Oh yeah, if we're not back in time, we need to...
We were in time, though.
Yeah, we were in time, but he did blow up still, so...
Yeah, I mean... Spy reasons.
Yeah. This is a crouch clip, and we'll see one of the levels in its entirety for once, but we'll not do anything. We'll just skip straight to the end with the zip code, so... Yeah, you can see the level.
joke.
But... Yeah,
Get to
I
fly.
stole your joke. I mean, it's a good joke. And that is really the only scene that we do, or we see its entirety.
Yep.
As you see later on, there are just like huge chunks of level that we skip. Like later on in the run, especially, for example, Lower Forbit. One of the scenes in there is like half an hour casually, and we do it in like 30 seconds. Another impact jump. And we have a really cool clip in here, because this is an air duct, and we can run in it. Oh, okay. Yeah, and we can run in it. We are not supposed to be running inside of the air duct because we are too tall for it, but you can do a glitch to run in it, and you are faster this way. Okay. So dive scene 3 coming up. Let's not jinx this.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
We
so
saw
we are
another person in there, by the way. The wonderful Inge Wagner.
Inge Wagner, yeah. We'll have the first boss fight with Inge
She's
later
the-
on in the game.
She's a kind of failed opera singer.
Oh yeah, right.
I
she does
dare
sing.
you, she's not failed, she's the best.
She's an aspiring opera singer.
Yeah.
Better.
I mean, she's singing in Hamburg, so. And
there is a funny cutscene where she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna give you talking to the guards, saying like, oh, you did a bad job. Oh no, wait, you need to explain this. No? Yes?
oh, I mean, I could, yeah. So this is the best scene where we could explain semi to full clipping. So as you can see, I cannot walk up to the table and the couch in between. But if I tap crouch, I am inside. And now if I start strafe running, I am semi-clipping, and now if I let go of strafe running, I am full clipping, and I died. Yeah, so this is weird geometry where you can just fall, for example. Go on, Mike.
No, it was something stupid that like Igne was like talking back to some of his guards and was like, "Oh, you did a very bad job. I need to punish you." And the punishment was, "You will not hear me singing." And the guard was like, "Oh no, please, no, anything but that." And at the end, Igne was like, "No, I'm not that bad. Okay, you can listen to me." And the guard was sad about it.
Yeah. We see a bit of a joke here with Duma. DM is intentionally crooked like that. I got in a really bad place with the quick save and...
It's okay, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. We need to be really
show
careful.
The Easter egg?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, sure. If this guy doesn't want to run at me. Yeah, he didn't. Okay. Yeah, we can just take this train ride. And this is what happens. I mean, we're just taking a bit of a detour. You know, it's summertime. We can go on a bit of a vacation ourselves, can't we?
We have time, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it was lovely. How does everyone feel?
Okay.
And we are back. That was a fast vacation.
Yeah, we speedran the vacation as well. Okay. We need to do a really... Okay, well that is a really tough semi-clip because you need to like land right between two barrels and it can be a bit of a mess.
Yeah, nice one.
Finally, yes.
Finally, yes, we are at Baron Dumont.
Yes.
Hello.
Okay, so to people who don't know this, we are having an interview, or we are going to have an interview with Baron Dumont, who is apparently the head of Dumont Industrial Enterprises and can be tied to harm, but as we'll figure out later on in the interview, he's not really related at all.
Spoiler!
I mean, we'll be watching it, so...
I'm from Men of Influence magazine.
So?
But the main reason why this is good is because we meet Baron Dumas, not because he's tied to any organization. He's the best person in the world, and I don't want to see anyone saying otherwise.
He's a man of influence. We gotta interview him.
It is.
It is. The scene is also, the level is also called Man of Influence, so...
His pastimes,
there you go.
His ambitions, his accomplishments, the things that make him tick.
I think everyone is excited to see Baron Dumas.
I have not seen Baron Dumas in so long. I'm so excited.
Of course.
That's bad. You should visit Baron Dumas at least once every year and have a talk with him. It makes your life better.
I guess it is worth mentioning that recently there was a category added to the No One Lives Forever board that is the no interview %. And so
Shake my head.
It's been modded out in this category, so that's an option if anyone's like really doesn't want to watch this interview and is thinking about running it.
Very well.
Yeah, it kind of throws off the pacing of the run because the run is an hour and 5 minutes roughly in any %, but this interview is about 10 minutes all in all. And
you're gonna have to pay attention too to like some of the questions so that you get them in a shorter amount of time than some of the other answers, I guess.
Yeah, we have a set amount of questions, or we have the set list of questions that we need to ask because those are the fastest questions. And if you ask Baron Dumas about hunting, he will go on a rather long explanation.
Yeah, so it's not exactly a vacation when you get here. You have to kind of... There's some strategy involved.
Yes.
Yeah, this is cool though, at least for me it was, because we have basically 2 minutes pause at the beginning after the second question you ask to the butler, and then a 1 minute free time at the end, so you have time to, stretch your arms, drink something, take a break. But then you need to go back and listen to Baron Dumas because you must listen to Baron Dumas.
We have to let him finish speaking always.
Yes. To me, no interview is more like maybe like a power hour, you know, just
Yeah.
going straight at strats and not having this. But for someone who's starting out, this is really good because you can just wait a bit and think about what you've done and how you can improve, for
Oh,
example.
yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
So
we
that
have a
being
bit of a free time here.
yeah, that being said, how are you feeling about the run so far, Devar?
It's astonishing so far.
Yeah, you've been doing
Surprisingly going too well, which is a thing that I'm kind of fearing because it's not letting itself this easily usually.
Now, can I ask you, what do you think were some of the biggest challenges you had when you were derusting this game?
It's a bit weird because I kind of was already derusting for the Polish speedrun marathon and
And when is
quite
that?
frankly, I don't know. There is a new trick in lower orbit that you have not seen. We skip the elevator, for example.
Oh, okay.
That's a difficult kind of skip. Mike would definitely say Tropic Scene 4, but to me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that strat just works for some reason. Like, I mean, getting the kill with the harpoon gun is really difficult, but afterwards it's smooth sailing, and you can just retry with quick loads immediately. So
Oh, nice.
I disagree.
I'm thinking about it, but the beginning, definitely the beginning. Morocco and Berlin, those are the ones that can just fall apart horribly, and usually you reset, and you just can't here.
Yeah, you know,
And
Berlin
it's like
looked
10
really
minutes into the
different.
run, so.
Yeah, Berlin looked really different from what I recall. Like, I feel like there was some old strat with like a telephone booth, and that was nowhere to be
Oh,
found.
yeah.
Yeah, true. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, a million years ago.
Yeah. I remember me struggling in that phone booth so much.
Yeah, that phone I did try it, but it was semi-recently where this new set of tricks came out, and it is just much nicer.
Yeah, it looks good too.
But yeah, something that is really good about this game is that everything, literally everything has a backup. Like, you don't need to go risky in Morocco, you don't...
I noticed you have quite a collection
You don't
of
need
fine
to.
art about the
I mean, Berlin can mess up. Like, for example, Otto Schenker. That, like, sometimes when you kill the first set of guys, those 4 guys, another set of guys can just randomly appear, and when those appear, you're just basically screwed. You need to kill everyone and guide Schenker to the end manually. So,
Oh yeah, I hate that. It's very easy to like mess that up.
It's not even that you mess up, really. It's just random, and that's the worst part about it.
I see Hectate's mentioning the grenade jumps. It's funny because I started running NG Plus kind of on accident because I couldn't do the grenade jumps very well. So there's that other weapon. I don't think you use it in any percent, but it kind of gives you a similar effect where you can bounce off of the impact to like get up to the higher platforms and stuff like that.
The Bacalov?
I am
that's it.
thinking of the Bacalov corrector. No, we use the Bacalov corrector. You will see in Alpine
Later.
Intrigue Scene 1.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
But it's a cool weapon, I
But-
like it.
Yeah.
Yes, but unfortunately the Bacalov really takes away your HP.
Oh yes,
True.
that is worth mentioning if you decide to run NG Plus.
Yeah, the thing is, there are not that many NG Plus threats, for example. Like,
No.
like if you want to avoid something like this, then yes, you could go NG Plus, but apart from that, not really.
Yeah, any
unfortunately.
percent grenades are the way to go.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit difficult to learn them. For example, the one in Tenuous Lead, Scene 3 that Mike said is the most difficult impact jump, and it is the most difficult impact jump. And I mean, I lost countless runs to that, for example.
Oh, I bet.
By the book.
I don't know if y'all have been paying attention to the cutscene at all, but Dumas is not a very smart man.
Hey!
I'm sorry, he's a man of influence. He's so smart.
Yeah. Debonair.
Is there a message you'd like to share with your many
And we are
admirers?
at the end of the interview. That was the last question.
Good hunting, my
That's all the
humble
questions I've
devotee.
prepared.
Good hunting.
I
Yes.
must confess, I'm positive.
Don't forget to pray to Duma Church.
Yes.
Always.
Oh, you think
Always.
so?
Look at those socks. How can you not be fascinated by this guy? Look at
it's
him.
gorgeous.
Yeah, he's making it work.
Yeah.
Even a bit envious.
I don't like his butler though. He takes too much
What I
liberty
don't
with him.
understand is where
Yeah,
such a busy
Giles.
man finds
Yeah,
time to be
you
a
don't like him.
successful
He's right behind us, even right now, because
gosh.
Yeah.
he's fearing that she'll
philosopher,
will kill
cultivated humorist.
Duma.
I barely noticed him, and then you said that. I've never noticed him before. That is weird.
It pans to Giles at the end, in a moment.
I'm only peripherally involved with
That's too funny.
enterprises these days. Strictly in an advisory
But these 10 minutes basically was everything was for
How ingenious.
probably not Baron Dumas has something to do with the harm organization. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe not.
And it turns out he doesn't have much.
I mean, such a smart guy must have something to do with it.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we have the safe, and we'll get a bit of info for the next scene in a moment. Namely, we have a giant safe that we will need to crack. You know, crack as in... we will not crack it because we'll just take a picture. We need to take a picture in the safe, and we can just do it right at the beginning of the scene. But it's quite a funny casual experience to go into the safe because there are lasers, and there are two quite easy laser traps, and the third one is just ridiculously difficult, and the whole joke is that there is a secret entrance that you can just go and take instead of, you know, skipping the lasers. So.
Yeah, just avoid all that.
60s spy humor kicking at it again.
Worthy meal is more
A
like
worthy meal is more like it.
Yes. Back to Advanced Field Tactics. We have another...
Back to playing.
Yeah, back to playing, but we'll skip the briefing again because why would we do so? So we will use the cigarette lighter in this scene. Yep. In a really fun way. But first, we need to do a handful of clips, and next scene we'll meet Inge Wagner, and that will be our first boss fight. But don't blink, guys, because it's gonna be gone in a few seconds. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Ready for the
stop
boss
blinking
fight.
now. That's Inge. And there's this piece of cardboard, we just crouch on it, and we semi-clip to the end. And we jump on the keypad so that the level end trigger happens faster.
She didn't finish
That
her
boss
song.
fight is actually... That boss fight is actually pretty cool to do, to be honest.
Yeah, it is cool casually, because you need to turn on the radio, so that, or turn off the radio, so Inge goes to the radio, and then you shock him while she's going to the radio. So, it's a cool concept.
But we don't care. We are speedrunners.
Yes. And this is where we'll be using the welder. And we use it like so, and we'll be constantly save loading because this makes us be able to use the lighter faster, because there's a camera there, and if that notices you, 4 or 5 guards will come out of that elevator.
Alright, good.
And we have a bit of a difficult scene, so Mike, if you could explain this one.
Okay, in this scene we are inside the Baron Dumas headquarters, I think this was, right? And
Think so,
we need to find proofs and the games call it intelligence items of Baron Dumas being connected to the terroristic organization, okay?
So this is an intelligence item.
Exactly. Documents, photos, and classified documents and such. Divark is now going downstairs, and we know that there are 4 upstairs and 4 downstairs. So it's a hunting for the best line, though these objects are random, so they can be in different positions. For example, right here there are the toilets. Divark is gonna save before entering, because if it's not here, though it's there, If it wasn't there, it was in the mail room. So you just load to go there quickly. And the last one is always here. No? Okay. then
It
it's in
can
the
be
table.
it can be on that table as well.
Yeah. We wait for this guy that doesn't see us because the scene is completely broken, and we just clip into the elevator. GG, goodbye.
Yeah.
Ready to
And we can
to
see the level just disappear.
Yeah. Bye.
Ready to see if we have a rock in here. Do we? We don't.
No, we don't. I've never had the rock. I've never had the rock. There is a rock in here that should be visible, but it's not.
Apparently, I'm the only one who had the rock for some reason.
Yeah. And we just took photo of that safe that I was talking about while we still had the interview.
Oh, and our fieldman, the good man, died, by the way. Volkov killed him.
Rip.
Yeah.
So we have no friends anymore.
Oh, we don't need anything else. Okay, so we're on a train now. This is one of those train levels that actually do not suck, but it's a bit difficult. But there are backups, for example. So we don't have a train ticket, so we'll just throw 2 coins at the conductor, and sometimes it works. I mean, most it works. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, it seems
but we'll pick up
random.
it's mostly fine. If you throw only 1 coin, then it's really random.
Okay, okay.
I think Poacher was the one who fantasized about the 1 coin strat, Mike.
Yeah, that's
That sounds
why
right.
we call it a poacher strat. If it works, you save time. If it doesn't, you lose 10 hours on the run.
Yeah, and you save like barely any time with Poacher strats.
Yeah.
That's why we call it that.
Shoutouts to Poacher.
Yeah, we love him.
Okay. So we shoot at the beginning, throw a coin like that, and these workers start running at us immediately. So we get a full clip immediately, or people clip. I mean, the 2 words are kind of interchangeable because this is still a full clip, but you do it with people.
It's funny because if you use cheats and you go in third person, you see how the full clip works, and basically you see that Kate is half
Half inside of the
outclipping.
door.
Yeah, exactly. So it's super fun to see her like moving, but you just see the upper body walking and no legs.
Yeah. Can we disable the cheat, by the way? Because I could show it right now. If I type the cheat again, it does disable, right?
I'm not super sure, you know.
Okay, I'll make a big save here, and then we'll come back to this after the run.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh yeah, because you have the...
Oh,
Well, you can
bummer.
go...
Oh, I don't remember this backup though.
It's easy. Go. It should work, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's easy. Come on.
Okay, I've never done this in like a year or so. Like,
On
It's-
theme tonight, I'm telling you.
yeah, I mean everything has a backup, as I said. This is a backup to a backup, basically. Almost. Okay, so we'll need to take this guy for a ride, like this, and we do a crouch clip, and then we start riding the bike. We need a crouch clip because you cannot clip with these vehicles if you're not crouch clipping. You'll see that later on with the snowmobile as well. And yes, you can get 4 damage with the bike, and yes, you can 4 damage cancel with the bike.
Very
Not
nice.
single save gang in here, huh?
Yeah, no, not a single save. Yeah, it's kind of weird how the bike falls, and Kate falls much faster than this. So
This whole section is just bizarre, like, just cruising in the void here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're coming up to tropics, and we'll be cruising in the void just by foot
Oh yeah.
soon enough.
And
So
now
yeah,
the hell.
Yeah, now hell. We're back to rescuing Shanker again,
Once again.
once again.
Low HP. Can you do this?
Yes, of
Can,
course I
you
can.
can, you can, you can. Let's go. Good job.
Okay. This part is a bit HP dependent, and if you have more HP than this, you can just go for applying this safecracker immediately, or codebreaker. So this just opens the code lock like that. You can see you can see it in action. Yeah, usually we activate it before shooting the guys so that it's done by the time we come here. Yes, we are going you. Okay. So Mike is referring to YOLO Shanker, where we basically just let Shanker run in this electric maze, and he might or might not survive.
Don't watch him, don't watch him, stop watching
He
him.
survived, he
We'll
survived, he
see.
survived.
Okay, he's alive.
Yeah, this is really rare that he survives like this, just first try.
Is it bad luck if you watch him?
No, it's... we don't know. This game is way...
No,
don't
to
know.
Mike, no, it does nothing. It is just bad luck, really.
Okay, okay.
The thing is that he really likes to do 360 on the spot. Sometimes he walks, then stops, does a 360, and GG dies.
Yeah, like if it just happens because of pathfinding. So for some reason, if he can't find you in some nodes, then he just stops.
Oh, that
Like-
makes sense. Run,
Doesn't
boy,
make no
run.
sense. Okay.
Run, boy, run.
We are moving into a bit of a hotter territory, and again, trainings make no sense because you are just walking on live bombs and
Just
you,
deal no
just run.
damage.
you survive it. They deal no damage, and it's absurd. Shoot this camera, get a clip on these guys,
Nice.
and then just sneak past this guy. He didn't see us. It doesn't matter that someone was knocking at your ankles, but I mean,
Yeah, it was just, you know.
it was the air. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job on that clip.
Oh, this one is fairly doable now, isn't it, Mike? Like, it's not...
It's not
What do
free
you mean?
fall city. I feel like it was a tough one to get like right before the elevator. I used to fall there a lot.
Ah,
I don't even remember the old strats in there.
Yeah, that's fair.
oh yeah. Okay, there's a unique clip in here. You just open the door, and you clip somehow, by crouching into it. This is the only time this works, and like, as I've said, there are just edge cases where random things make sense, or random things work, and
You
you
know
don't get
how-
fall damage.
You know
Yeah.
how much we suffered before that door clip?
I know. I have seen some stuff, and I'm
Jesus.
thankful for this threat. Another unique thing, we did a clip transfer. We were still semi-clipping, but we transferred it from a forward semi-clip to a strafing semi-clip. And this is the only place where this happens. And yeah, we are in the void now. You can see some AI nodes.
Triggers.
Yeah, it's interesting down here seeing everything.
Yeah, we're aiming for that big pool of water there. We'll be using our zip cord to pull ourselves back into the level, because otherwise we don't have a way to get in.
And the next trick, if I remember correctly, comes from somebody from your community, TP.
Oh, sorry. From my community?
Yeah, back in the days, I was struggling to set this up, and somebody told me how to do it in your chat.
Oh, nice. It was it's like a kind of weirdly specific place that you need to aim, and it's hard to find sometimes.
Yeah, by the way, you asked what was the worst to deal us. Actually,
This.
this was the worst to deal us.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where this should be, and I might just...
Left.
We gotta find the
left,
magic mark.
There somewhere.
It's like pin the
No,
tail
I-
on the donkey, y'all.
Yeah, it's...
There we go.
This is...
I usually follow that line down there. And mostly works.
Yeah. So next scene, there is not a lot happening. We'll just clip through a lock with a ladder, but on the scene after that, we will have Tropics Scene 4, which is the one of the newest and most difficult tricks, apart from Lower Orbit, which comes later on. So we'll prepare our harpoon gun. The harpoon gun is actually used in the run, but only for this one kill, because this is the only fully silent weapon that we have at the time. And we fall out of bounds.
I didn't even know you can fall there. Okay.
Yeah, I go a bit right to not die to fall damage. Okay, get a semi-clip and transfer it here for a crouch clip. For example, we can't pass on this door if you use a regular clip. You can only do it if you use a crouch clip. Okay, so the difficult strat is coming up. We'll need a harpoon kill and then turn back and shoot the beginning door.
I hate this.
Okay, first try kill.
If you do it first try, everything, I'll cry, I promise you.
And we need to instantly turn back. There is a turn 180 button in the game. I think I aimed too low.
Probably.
Yeah, I aimed too low. This is the part that usually doesn't go bad, but I didn't have a good setup right now. Okay, this should be better. Yeah, you need to aim for that first line in the door. And you need to turn back immediately, or else you... Okay.
So, I think I'm right, Divark, huh?
Maybe you are right. Yeah, maybe you are right about this. Yeah, because you need to hold a set of keys.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Okay, lower orbit is coming up. We just skipped roughly 20 to 30 minutes with that one jump.
Yeah.
In the beginning, if you don't move and jump straight into the door, you can just clip with that door. But there is a backup to it, as usual. And I got shot.
It's rare to get shot in there, and for some reason the rusting of Divark, it's always getting hit. I don't know why.
Yes.
They're out to get you.
And we saw the earth there. And we have the best cutscene coming up in the game. And then if you can explain the strat, that would be good.
Wait for me! Best dubbing in the game. In here, it's a new trick made by Debrebeuf. That is a very crazy guy is coming out with the best tricks and most crazy trick. We use the doors of this elevator to get a clip and avoid taking the elevator. Little poacher strat in here where we get stuck in the window and get inside, saving few seconds.
Yes, that is definitely a poacher strat.
Definitely. And we need to walk straight to the doors. If we are not perfectly aligned in the middle, we are gonna bonk into the doors and fail to take the elevator, and that's bad for us. So it's a very precise trick, it's a new trick. I never tried it, so...
Okay.
And now the best level ever. This is my favorite level.
Yeah, this is Mike's favorite level because there is a trick that Mike came up with. And yeah, this is where we use the backlog corrector.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that meme.
Okay, I think I'll go
memes?
to the main menu with this. Actually. Yeah, this can happen randomly, and it's been a really long time.
I don't think it happened to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's better.
And in here there is some random invisible wall that we can do the second buckle of boost on, so we don't lose HP. We shoot this guy with the buckle off. We don't move, that's important. Kill those two guys. And there's a door there that is for some reason made out of glass. And that is the end of the level, and you can just shoot the door and go straight to the end. But first we'll do a semi-clip to get the armor piece through the wall. To have max armor. And yeah. We skip the cutscene immediately here, so that this guy is numb, and we can just get a paper clip on him.
The guy still thinks he's in the cutscene, basically.
Yeah, you don't need to skip the cutscene immediately, but you need to be fast enough so that you can catch it before he moves into his spot, essentially.
And yeah, it's probably good to explain. Every time you saw guards not reacting to us, T-posing, standing still, not moving or whatever, it's because we skipped parts of the game, so all the triggers of the game are completely ruined, and they They are not active. They are just standing still, waiting for the trigger.
Yeah. So this is another surf up a hill, and we're going out of bounds again. This is a much bigger skip than the previous one, though.
Yeah,
Mike has some fond memories of this field, I think.
Yeah.
We're gonna be on this mountain a little while.
We are supposed to freeze here. If you take the normal route, there is a trigger that is like, okay, now you have not all the time of the world. You need to move because it's freezing. But if we take the mountains, it's not that cold, apparently.
I mean,
remind
you know,
me
we're
again.
closer to the sun. Easy.
Remind me again, are we gonna become Santa Claus in this level?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's the next scene, so
The
in a
next
moment
one.
we start
Gotcha.
that scene. Yeah, and Mike will explain it because it's his strat.
Okay.
But it was a collective effort by the community to find this.
Nice.
I don't know. I won't say it's my strat. It's... I don't even remember. If anything, is mine an Hippocat strat. But it was really a collective effort. And it's, again, it sounds maybe too cute or whatever, but it's my favorite event in my speedrunning career, if we can call it like that.
Oh, wow.
Because it was when I saw an entire community focusing on a specific trick, talking to each other, giving suggestions, try to find a specific setup for a trick that was needed so much.
Yes. This is like some regular lift tech jank that can happen, and you'll explain in a moment. But basically, we'll be flying with the snowmobile.
Yeah.
It's really dumb. But first, we need to clip through a gate, and I got a crouch clip for that. And yeah, these vehicles in this game don't really drive like a vehicle. It's really unique how they drive, and yeah. It's some typical lift tech fashion that something is just kind of broken.
Yeah, they are not really very well coded. There's like, because I understand, like, you know, doing a semi-clip to full clip to the vehicle is difficult to think about it if you are a coder, a guy who made the engine.
Yeah.
But what Divark is about to do right now, I mean, there's the gate, but you can open it and go near the stairs anyway. So it's weird that they didn't beta test this thing. That so
Maybe not.
it's. You want to explain or I go, Divark?
You go.
So basically, if it's very stupid. If we get into a ladder and we get back to driving, the game is like, okay, you are driving, but at the same time it's like, okay, you are on the ladder. And you fly. They need to think very well about this. And this is usually when we ask to spam Santa Claus emotes, because that's how we call it. Basically, we fly with this trick I just explained. And we are gonna, in a second, bounce on this uphill that is gonna shoot us up into the skybox. And after we hit the skybox, we are gonna bounce back down. That allows us to have the perfect height to land into this mountain. Perfect. And coincidentally, the height of this mountain is the same height as the level ending trigger we are gonna hit in a moment. So we keep this height. And if you are slightly lower, you fix your height in this mountain right now, down here.
No, the next one. This
The
is
next
the one
one?
where you fix. Yeah, this
you're
is
right.
the triangle. You fix it.
In this triangle right here. And instead of, we used here to save and load, drop down there, and get a gondola that brings you up this rope. But no, the trigger is right there. You just fly through it, and you leave. Yeah, it's very cool. And,
I didn't realize you could fly right to the exit. Nice.
I mean, yeah, it's, you know, it's a bit of a two-step process. You need to learn to fly and then think about
Yeah.
this kind of stuff.
And
But
be in the right
there are
spot.
backups to this. as well if you don't have a good height. There is a spot that I found to be a really good backup where you just walk in a straight line based on some markings on the ground, and you can hit the level end trigger earlier than the death barrier, because it's really difficult to hit this level end trigger because it's surrounded by a death barrier.
Yeah. Very cool. I'll have to see that later. Like, just in general.
And yeah, we have Armstrong here. And Armstrong likes to grenade us sometimes. But we will not fist fight him because we are supposed to be fist fighting. And you can see Armstrong and Kate in here because this is where the cutscene would play if we were to beat Armstrong in a fist fight. But we'll just skip through this. We'll get a coin because it's nice to have some spare change with you.
Ouch.
Yeah, that can happen. There is a backup closer to there, but those backups are
like
quite
that.
annoying. Yeah. So in here you have like 2 or 3 different backups if you go down the ladder there. Yeah. And we just manipulate the guys again so that we can get to the exit.
No armor?
No armor. 96 HP is plenty enough.
And now, this level, when Divark was training and I was, doing some commentary with him to understand how to explain everything, this is where he made feel the entire community stupid. Because we always did something very wrong.
Yeah, I don't know who found it. It was not me, but when someone pointed out it to me, I was like, oh god. Like, I was constantly telling people we need to find some new thing because there is a gate coming up. Before that, we'll grab an invisible antidote here because we got infected by this virus that Harm is developing, and we can't see the antidote, so it can be kind of hard to grab it.
Aren't you
but we
much
have 9
to the-
minutes to do so.
Aren't you much to the right? I usually follow at the line.
No, I should be good. Yeah.
Okay.
And so there is a gate there at the end. I'll walk there to show. So there is this gate that can unclip you, but instead there is just this ladder or this staircase where you can just walk and get to the end without any hassle.
God.
And when we found this, we were just so shocked.
Yeah, I felt so stupid when he told me. I was like, "What? There's a room there? What?"
Yeah. So this is where I have my own strat. This is called door push. We have this door and we'll push it out of its frame like so, and we'll jump on it like so, and then jump onto the monorail track instead of going down there and clipping and things like that. This is a bit of a difficult trick. We're not going for another trick because there is a trick that if the guy is ahead enough... Oh. I thought the guy was gonna move back. Okay. Yeah, and we get a clip. I found this trick because you can do this. See, you can just push a door out like this, and this is where I found out that you can just push a door. And I was like, why not jump up with it? And apparently it works. It saves around 10 seconds, I think, or 20.
Oh, cool.
Probably 15 sounds like a good estimate.
15-20 seconds, yeah. And we have a shark in here. We can
Kiss
say hi
him.
to him. Yeah, we can kiss him.
Mwah.
Yeah.
We love him. Back in my days, we used to lose runs to that shark.
Okay, and we have a really nice scene coming up.
I've missed you terribly. Every moment I'm away from you is pure torture. How I long to take you in my arms and whisper words of love into your ear. Now, where's that damn...
Sir?
How did this go,
Sir?
Sir?
Now don't worry, guys. He just forgot. He lost his wrench. He literally says that.
Yeah, he forgot his socket wrench. Don't worry, guys.
He's confused.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are taking the elevator, but not in the inside, because the inside is really slow and boring. And the outside is fast and cool.
Yeah.
As you see, it doesn't open. And that
Now.
was the sound that it opened, so... Oh. Okay. Oh, Okay, I'm doing
Can you
something
do
that
it
I
like
usually
that?
don't... Yeah, you can do this, but it's
No,
really
no,
difficult.
I know you can do it, but can you do it like that? It's
Yes,
very
I can.
annoying. Okay.
So in this tunnel, if you are not keeping to the middle, you can unclip because of these weird glass structures. And we need to open a safe that is behind this painting, and we need to clip inside of the safe. Oh, okay. Second try. Okay, there's a piece of paper in the safe, and we can grab it like this, because otherwise we would need to use a code breaker, because the safe just doesn't open normally. Okay. We have a difficult coin throw here. You need to be really fast with this. Skip the cutscene immediately and such. It looks easy, but you really need to get used to this, as with a few threats in this game. And usual clipping. There is a cutscene in here, and its trigger extends outside of this wall. And if you clip incorrectly in here, you can actually trigger the cutscene, and you lose your clip and you can't continue. Basically, it's quite annoying.
I love when you clip in there and the gate comes with you. It's like, no, don't leave me behind, please.
Who's this here?
Okay. So we have a gondola ride again, and we skip it again.
We don't like gondolas in this game.
Yeah, gondolas are slow. We'll walk instead. We have a bit of free time here. So...
Yeah, I'm curious, like, it looks like you clipped in, or you, like, went down to the snow area earlier than I remember, because I feel like we used to have to ride the gondola, like, halfway or something. How new is that?
I think you rode it somewhere around here and then
Yeah.
jumped out with 4 damage cancel, but you can just lure the guy by turning around him and then getting a clip like that, but there's also a death barrier there as well, so it's...
Save.
A bit risky.
Mike is fearing the
please
save side.
Please.
Yeah, I saved, Mike, don't worry.
Good. I lost a world record on this part. That is the easiest part of the game, but, you know.
Do you want me to demonstrate?
No, you're gonna trigger me so much.
Don't torture him.
No, we will not do that.
I forgot to save, basically, and I was randomly jumping like this. Stop. Just walk. Thank you. and basically, I jumped too high, like a millimeter too high. I died, I didn't save, so I need to reload, and I was basically at the end of this segment, and I cried a lot.
Aww.
Yeah, I think it was like the next hill or something like that.
Yeah, basically very next to the trigger.
Mike, do you think you're gonna give this game another try sometime?
I mean, world record is free, right?
World record is free.
Okay, I don't know how many years
Let's make a deal. Tippy, if you do a run, I'll do a run.
Oh wow, okay. You know what? I'll get back to you on that, and I will let you know.
Okay.
That's
a
a
deal.
big ride.
It's a big ride.
But yeah, we would definitely like to see new runners picking up the game, because it's really easy to pick up, quite frankly. And it's also a fun casual experience. If you just want to see how the game feels before being committed to it. And yeah, there is a video series as well on Twix. Not the latest ones. There are a few missing, but not a lot from there.
Was that something Poacher made, or?
It was Hippocat.
Hippocat, right. Okay, cool.
There is both, I think. I think there is Poacher one that is older than Hippocat remade it, and poor Hippocat. The moment Hippocat finished the tutorial, we came out with new tricks, and it was like, okay, no, I'm not gonna update this. I'm sorry, I just finished it.
Okay, and we see Baron Dumas again.
There he is.
This is the best cutscene. We will sit through this.
This is where we cry.
Your favorite.
Yeah, this is where we cry, because Bernduma was also infected by the virus and blows up.
Good God, y'all.
And yeah,
like the top
our
of this game.
corporation Unity thinks that we are dead. So
He was so young. Damn.
Always the best.
and so we are facing off Volkov right now. If I
And
don't,
you are dead. And you are
No, I'm not.
What?
You
How?
can just walk backwards, Mike. You know.
Ah, okay. Whatever.
Okay. And we are constantly save loading so that our weapons get reloaded, similar to Morocco Scene 2. And this is the Baroness that was in the interview, because the Baroness is behind all, turns out.
Dumas was a good guy. It was his wife that was the real evil mind behind everything.
Yes. So
Her and Volkov.
Get inside. Get off the
yeah, and she infected herself as well, and she's gonna blow up in a minute. So we need to make everyone find shelter before the time.
Hurry.
And
Hurry,
Get
get
off the
inside.
streets. Get inside.
we are clipping for this again because, you know, there are just minor time saves like this one, for
Get
example.
inside now.
There's a guy there. It doesn't matter that the civilian is just running into them. Like, they don't care.
Get
Yep.
inside.
Get off the street,
Kaboom.
people.
And get ready for time soon, because turns out the traitor all along was Goodman, who is actually not Tom Goodman.
What?
Yeah.
Goodman was a bad man? What?
Yeah. So it's not actually Tom Goodman, but Melvis Blitzney and time.
GG. Nice.
So yeah, he was the traitor all along. Oh, I skipped the cutscene. We should let this cutscene play.
Oh yeah, we
hold
can.
on. Yeah, we can let this cutscene play in the meantime. So yeah, that was No One Lives Forever. I don't know what the time was. Can we?
Yeah, let's see. Richard, you have the time for us? 108.15.
Yo, that's good.
That's good.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, GG. Oh,
So yeah, this is the whole game, and this is basically all the new recent strats and everything. So there is not much compromise for a marathon experience. But yeah, as it turns out, there is a whole plot line, as you can see, and yeah, I really recommend
What's going on?
for anyone to just try it casually and maybe pick up as a speedrun, because it's really easy and really fun. Apart from like other lift tech speedruns, which can be a pain to run and such. Like
Yeah.
even setting up can be pain for some lift tech games. This is fairly simple, and we have a
You might have warned
fairly
me.
large community that can help debugging things. We even got North running on the Steam Deck, I think. So
oh wow, really? Nice.
yeah. It's shocking that a lift tech games runs on the Steam Deck without that much hassle and hacking. So yeah, shoutouts to the whole North community. Everyone was involved in making this run better and as it is right now. And huge shoutouts to Mike Max, because he is the one who got me into this game.
Aw.
Okay.
And this is my favorite speed game by a long
But
shot.
what about Tom?
It's action packed. It has a lot of cool tricks in it. It's easy to pick up.
Art
yeah.
Master.
Yeah. Well,
Hard to master, definitely.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for, waking up early and running the game for us to Mark. Like, as was mentioned, we are a community on Discord. Everyone that I've spoken to has been pretty cool. So you're welcome to join us in the NOLF Discord if you like. I'm trying to remember, Devark, were you going to show us something else, or you want to wrap it up for now?
Oh yeah, we can just show how clipping looks in
yeah,
third
yeah.
person. That's we just need Man of Influence.
Okay, yeah.
So the cheat is really funny. It's called MPS cam, and you'll see why it is.
Okay. Oh my god.
So this is how. Okay, so as you can see, I'm not on the ground right here. But if I tap crouch, I'm in, and then I start semi-clipping. It's no issue. But then when I start full clipping, this is how it looks.
I love this. It
And-
puts everything into perspective.
Yeah.
Yes, so this is why your view model gets put down, and yeah, you just clip through everything.
Nice. Well, thank you so much again, Devark, Mike. It was a pleasure having you both on the show tonight.
Thank you.
Yes, but you know what? That's going to be a wrap on tonight's episode, friends. Please, if you haven't already, make sure you follow Devark09 here on Twitch, as well as DJ_Mike Max, if you want to maybe see more runs or just hang. I'm not sure when y'all stream, but I'm sure it'll be again.
Yeah, you can expect some No One Lives Forever content, because I'm preparing this for the Polish speedrun marathon as well. So
Yes.
You might be able to catch me doing some No One Lives Forever. But be sure to check out some other Lift Tech games, because they are fun. They can be a pain, but they are fun.
You won't see any Nolfu from me then, though, because I'm learning Half-Life lately. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, I think that's going to be two great runs to witness again. I like both of those runs. So thank you again for being here, everyone. If you are interested in watching more Time Capsule or RNG, there is going to be a replay after the break. And if you're interested in submitting your own speedrun for the show, make sure to use the command !Time Capsule right here in our Twitch chat, or come find me on twitch.tv/smoothoperative and we can talk about it. For more hotfix, you can check out the VODs on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. And if you are watching this on YouTube from the future and you had a good time with us, make sure to press the like button on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As I mentioned, we are going to be replaying tonight's shows right after this, but you can tune in again tomorrow starting at 7 p.m. Eastern for our final day of live hotfix shows before SGDQ 2024. And that will be Do All the Things and Parallel Universe. I will see you all again in 3 weeks for another episode of Time Capsule on July 17th. Thanks again so much for watching. Have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in the world, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.